So strap in and get ready.
The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse and Skiddy.
G'day and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and with me, as always, Skiddy. How are you, mate?
Mate, it's good to be back. Unfortunately, yes, we're very, very sorry we couldn't be here for this Sunday night recap show.
Right.
Horse had some stuff to do. I had some family matters to attend. Just couldn't do it, unfortunately, but we are back ready and raring to go. Bye rounds this week. Mid-seasons drafts just happened. We got Squeezy. We got Cone as well because we didn't do it on Sunday. Horse, massive show.
We got heaps going on. But to start off with, as Skiddy said, we apologise for not being around on Sunday night. So we're getting into it tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Squeezy.
Hatsies. Love them. Anyway, today we're reviewing round 12. You're not going to want to miss this because we're going through trading targets, who to fade, some injuries, our cone of the week, squeeze of the week, and a whole lot more. But buy rounds are here, more importantly. So we're going to go through our buy planner at some stage as well. But if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Be a triple banger down below. The more likes, the more bells, the more follows we get. It helps us promote and broadcast to a wider range of the community, and we love that. Also, jump in our Discord. Insight Unlimited is live, and for less than 50 cents a week, Skiddy, I'll let you do the honours with the KFC stuff this week, mate.
The Zinger Burger upsize with another burger on the side.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll get access to everything we do, our trades, our captains, exclusive premium Q&A, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. But if you just want to get involved in the Discord and talk footy, it is free. If you just want to talk to like-minded people, our Unlimited League, it's closed. Done. You cannot join anymore, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, so it's done. But we're going to give a shout-out to whoever's on top of our Unlimited League, each week. So this week, it is Team Zorachilla, which is coached by Ryan, and he is currently sitting 15th overall. So he's not far from the lead. He's only a couple hundred off top spot. So we're cheering him on. We've got 4 in our Unlimited League that are in the top 100. And our man Skits Fits, if he's in the chat, we'd love to hear how he's going. I think he's sitting about 100th overall at the moment.
Nice. He's been teetering about that spot the whole year, so he's been doing very, very nicely. I know we got to, top 70 at some point? So
I think it was top 30 or 40.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. He got 45. Yeah, you're right. Huge.
But squeeze of the week.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right, Big Horse. Yeah.
We've got a winner.
Oh, mate, I was going to wait until afterwards, but yes, sir. Higo, I see you in chat, baby. Not only did you get close, you actually won Squeeze of the Week, brother.
Yes, sir.
Well done, Higo. So that's fantastic for you, mate. So drop a DM to me or Horse in the Discord, and we will send out your prize pack for you, Shagger Bags. Unbelievably, you were the only person that picked Gordon this week. From a player that has had 10 or more selections this season, no. Higo's the only one that gets him. Fantastic work. He's 15 off. Well done, Higo. Beautiful work.
Done, mate.
Yep. So obviously, Squeeze of the Week is now open for this week. All you have to do to enter is put into the chat or put into our Discord subsection who you think is going to get the highest score of the round for Supercoach and what that score is going to be. If you guess the same player as someone else, that's fine. Closest number to the pine wins. But if you guess the same player and same number, you will be asked to go again because we are not having the same bullshit that happened in round 4.
Absolutely. So, yes, Mick, hit us up. If you're on Discord, mate, just DM myself or Skiddy, or you need to send us an email, mate, with your details, or on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, get a hold of us, mate. Send us your details, and we will send you the prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. Congratulations. We've got Skits Fits in the chat. Want to shout out that he is also in the Discord now, which we love, and we'll be bouncing some ideas off him to hopefully not just us and the other people in the community, but to try and help all our teams be just that little bit better heading into and past the buy rounds.
Yeah, lovely work.
Yeah. Today, we do review round 12, and you're not going to miss what we have in store. But our sponsors, the Squeeze of the Week, who have been with us since day one. Are you sick of breaking glass bottles, your beer going warm, or your coffee getting cold? The Standard Squeeze have everything you need to drink responsibly, but also conveniently. The Standard Squeeze products are made from food-grade quality plastic, so you can measure the perfect pour in case you need to drive, so you know exactly how much you've had. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IFS15, to get yourself 15% off everything in store.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful. Love that. I love the new ad read that they've done as well. Fantastic work there, Horse. Absolutely
I
love
actually
that.
grabbed that off the NRL boys. It just sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh, man, they do a bloody beautiful job over there. If you do need NRL, please feel free to go over and see those boys. Just not on Wednesday nights, because ours is Wetty Wednesdays, obviously. So that's what
Wednesdays is us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Quick shout out, everyone in the chat. You know how this works. We love all you bastards. You guys are an absolute bunch of legends. Questions and stuff will be at the end. Don't you worry about that.
Now, an initiative that you've brought in, mate, the cups. Could you explain to the ladies and gentlemen, the boys and girls at home, how this all works?
Yes. So, from time to time, some people say, oh, it might be, the Malcolm Blight Cup or something like that. No, not here on the Inside Fantasy Sports podcast network. We like to make a cup out of every game. Doesn't matter how good they were or how shit they were. As long as they had played for both teams, they don't currently play for those teams at the moment, then they will have their cup named after them. Now, we like to do a thing as well because we love giving away prizes because we're just the best. If you can guess every single one of the cups names that we have put up for this week, we'll give you a prize back. Just for being a mind reader that we are. Yes, sometimes the cups are a little bit out of there. Sometimes I have to give them to players because I love them. But I will pretty much give them to a player that I at least know. I know the name at least in my head. So good luck to everyone. It's only 7 from 7 this week. So if you don't
it's not many.
You need to be better. And speaking of that, Horse, we have some exciting news.
The exciting news is?
The exciting news is everyone in chat, please be upstanding for the unveiling. It's not here yet, but it will be. But on the Insight merch store, which means on Google, go into Insight Fantasy Web Store. Right now, live, thank you very much to our main man, Matty G. Wiz. We have the new T-shirt and jumper, Weak as Piss, Be Better.
Oh, we absolutely do.
Be better.
You're absolutely right. Matty G's done a good job there. And there is tops, shirts, jumpers, Weak as Piss, Be Better. So if you want to get around the catchphrase that is sweeping the nation, then get a hold of Skiddy's finest.
Yep.
Now, tonight we have Brisbane North, Swans and Giants on the bye.
Yes.
So that is 7 games.
Yes.
So effectively for the next few weeks, we're making your job easier. You only have to get 7 to get the prize back.
Yep. That seems like a pretty easy one for me.
Yep. And for those that want to know where the our store is, our clothing store, it is in our description down below. So you can click on that. Bit of a geezer through.
That's easier than what I said, but oh well, still, that's a nice way. Google Insight Fantasy Web Store. Bang.
Yep. So the first cup.
Yes.
This week. So I've also done a little bit more research, ladies and gentlemen, because we are talking trades this week. And I've gone and had a look at the weather, the radars, all that sort of jazz. So then we know exactly what the weather's planning on doing so we can try and pick players carefully this week. The NRL boys started doing this a couple of weeks ago, and it's really started to kick off. So I think we're going to tee it off here on the AFL side as well, just to give the community, especially for this first game, Carlton and Port, now that it's going to be rain and 20 to 25 kilometre an hour winds, and Adelaide, you're not going to bring in Charlie Curnow for something like that, are you?
Oh God, no Charlie Curnow, no Harry Mackay, no. That is not what we want to see for tall forwards that can that require a lot of overhead marking. That makes it very hard with a wet ball. But Horse, let's get into that first cup, that Carlton Port Adelaide Cup, and I see that we do have a couple of correct guesses. Corey, well done. Armoured Frog, well done. Yes, it's the Nick Stevens Cup. Yes, it is. Pretty sure. I mean, I remember him for the blonde, mohawk spiky crap. I swear he did something else that made him well known or something. Didn't yours?
He did, but I'm not going to talk about it because
Thought so too.
I don't agree with it. So weakest piss, Nick's Demons, be better. But
Max.
I know. For the Blues, mate, Walsh, 561k, break even of 128. He does average 112 against Port. Do you think there's a chance he gets off the chain on Thursday night, or because it's wet, do you think he might be limited a little bit?
Oh, I don't think the wet really affects Sammy Walsh. He can really get in under and get his throw his body around, even though he is a small bugger. But the speed that he possesses, it's like Butters. You know, I mean, he can play in that wet style of footy. So, I like Walsh. I don't think I like him for a vice captain option, but I still like he'll probably turn up. I believe. Cripper though, he's 131 last week. He's still just rolling as he always is, but always up and down, and you can never tell with Cripper. So it's a real pain. He's got an 109 average this year so far, Horse, and I still don't trust him at all.
Do you know who's got a better average and he's priced at 10k cheaper?
Oh, who's that?
Matt Rao.
Oh, Matt Rao. Oh, our man, Matt Rao. Rao. Gotta love that. Nicky Newman, though, he's been absolutely flying as of late. 570k at the moment. And Sard comes back last week and he only gets 104. Ooh, that kind of... swings it a little bit down. I mean, 100's nice, and Horse is gone. Lovely. So it looks like we are having this thing where Horses just decides to drop out halfway through, and thank God he's back.
I don't know what happened there.
There we go. That's all right. We're talking about Nick Newman. I don't think the 140s are as much as possible with Sard gone, but Zach Williams going forward and kicking 4 goals. Sorry?
Yeah, where did that come from?
I know someone had to go forward, but I didn't expect it was going to be Zach Williams. But there you go.
No, like, where did that come from? I don't know, but I wouldn't expect that to happen again.
I might. If they keep having these small forwards go down for Carlton and they've got they got Sard, they got Newman, they got Williams, I can probably say it happen again.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Why not?
So we've got Curnow, 468k, break even of 112. The wet weather footy isn't going to help him. So I think we're waiting for Curnow the back end of the year after the buys, especially. They've got a really friendly run. But your man, Harry, 428k now. So he's gone back 100k from what he got to. Same as Curnow, but he did get to ruck last week without Pittenay in the side, but 5 weeks without 100 this week.
Yeah, that really hurt. I mean, I did not like at all the fact that he was rucking last week for portions, and Matt Kennedy was, which was very, very strange. But I thought that was a little bit weird, and he still kept his score low. I got no faith in Mackay whatsoever anymore. And then Zach Williams, look, he's got a break even of 40. He's at 342k. If you still have him, you hold him now, but there's no goddamn way that you are going to be banking on Zach Williams for 4 goals every week. By the way, he's paying $46 for 4 this week. Already checked.
For the Port Adelaide Power, Butters, 646k. He's been up and down versus the Blues in the past. Rosie out. Do you think a tag of Hewitt or Kennedy goes to him?
I mean, it'd probably be the most influential one. We saw it. North did that last week for the first half and actually did shut him down quite well. And then they swung it on to Jason Horne-Francis and Butters got off the chain. So I don't know what Carlton are going to be thinking. I think they're going to probably try and back their midfield more, especially without Rosie there. But that's how I just anticipate it.
Yep. Dan Houston, 568k. Down week last week, but the last time he played the Blues, he scored 176. But the Blues give up the least amount of Supercoach points to defenders, Skiddy.
Yes, this year they are ranked number 1 at holding Supercoach defenders down. So, that doesn't sing well for us for Houston, but it's all right.
I know that we talk about only bringing up comments at the end, mate, but Ahmed Frog, he's a Port Adelaide supporter, and I actually find him quite informative in our Discord. He's just brought up that Hewitt will go to Butters and Drew will go to Walsh.
Yeah.
Good shout. Real good shout.
I could see that absolutely. Yeah, in the rain. Yeah, you're absolutely right on there. I could definitely see that. But, I think it's going to be bit by bit. I don't think they might go straight to him at the start and then kind of hold off on him a little bit after. But I don't know why every single time that we're doing these horse, it seems like it's always my turn to read when it's Jason Pickleshorn Francis.
Flog.
And someone said a ripper one there before as well, which I would like to bring out. Pickles is the kind of bloke that hacks into Horse's computer and turns off his webcam. Yep, that's exactly right. He knew he was coming up. He should have done it to me, though. I'll give him more.
I just wanted to put you in pole position, mate. That's what it was.
Hey, thanks, mate. I appreciate it. He's 538K now. He's got 100 last week, and he was tagged for a quarter. It's his first time playing the Blues as a member of Port Adelaide this week, and he will not get that forward DPP like we were hoping, so that sucks. So
Pickles is the kind of bloke who plays pass the parcel and cries when it doesn't land on him when the music stops.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't know who that one was. If that's a Horsey original,
it is.
Giddy up. I'm all aboard on that one. That's a ripper.
Yep.
Well done there, mate. I'm still holding Horn Francis at the moment, especially until Rosie is 100% right. Rosie, he's not playing. We've already got word gone. He's dropped. Ken Hingley has no goddamn idea how to injury manage a player.
No, he doesn't. You're absolutely right, mate. So what I've done, and I should have done it a lot earlier, but I've actually dropped him this week.
Oh, damn. This is the week you're going to drop him finally.
Yep. So he's out this week. They've got the bye next week. He's got 180 break even. So we'll give it another week after that. He'll be my M8 or M9 come, round 15?
Yep.
But I'm using the cash from him and Fife. And there's one other player. I can't think off the top of my head. Sweet is the other one.
Oh, bloody hell.
So I'm trading him. And I'll get into who I'm bringing in later on. But Isaiah Wanganeen-Malera has a huge run at Marvel coming up.
Yep. I don't have that horse, and we know how much he loves playing at Marvel. So, yep. Sweet getting dropped really is a pain in the ass. And no, we're not picking up Soldo. That is for 100% certain. But Jace Burgoyne, horse. You know how pissed off I am that I came onto this podcast and I said, boys, I reckon we should start having a look at Jace Burgoyne here at the price that he's at. I reckon his job security is solid for Port Adelaide. Horse, he's made 200K this season. He's currently sitting at 387K with a break-even of 30. He's played every game. He's gotten tons galore. I am angry at myself.
Sometimes we're a victim of our own circumstance, though, because of the research that we put on behind closed doors and the amount of players that we look into. We like giving the advice to the community, but sometimes we don't act on it ourselves. And this is one, and there's a couple of others that we've probably let go that we could have picked up but didn't. So, we'll be better for that.
Who are we picking up in round 3 round 4 was it at that time instead of Burgoyne? Because I know it was it was a one-sided. Everyone went one way. But I was saying, let's go Burgoyne. I cannot remember who we all picked, and I'm pretty sure it was a stinker. But,
Can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Shit happens. Shit hits the fan. All right, boys and girls, let's start thinking about the next game. The Dogs versus the Pies. Cup's on here. Marvel Stadium. So that's a big win because we don't have to worry about weather or anything like that. We know what we're going to be getting from Marvel Stadium. Dry as a bone. We love to see that. We get this is going to be a good matchup, though. I reckon, Horse. I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we know, it's indoors at Marvel Stadium, so the weather's not really going to play that much of a part. But we see a few people jumping in the chat here: the Travis Cloak Cup, the Caleb Poulter Cup. But Caleb Poulter's still playing, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I don't know how this bloke does it. But Corey again.
He's done it again. Yes, it is the Jordan Ruff's Guts Head Cup. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is. There wasn't actually many players that you could choose for the Dogs and the Pies, which is quite annoying. And I did look at Travis Cloak, but I wasn't feeling it. I preferred Jordan Ruff's Guts Head, so I went with him. So let's talk about it. Marcus Bontempelli, 632K now, Horse, 139 last week. Beautiful, love to see that. He's got a break even of 140. I could not care less. 123, 125 in his last 2 versus the Pies, Horse, which we love to see it. No Pendlebury either. Pies depleted midfield. Is this someone that you could feel confident slapping the VC on this week?
Yes.
Oh, perfect, because that's exactly where my mind's going to.
Well, he was going to be my Squeeze of the Week nomination, 165 this week.
Oh, I'm going 169 for Bond.
Okay. So
I went with
the
Bonds.
We'll get into the Pies a little later on after we talk about the Dogs, but Pendlebury out, De Goey's out. They've got an inexperienced midfield. They'll probably have to run Lipinski through there with Crisp and a few others. Harrison, Sullivan. I don't think they've got anyone to match up on Bont, and he goes massive here, mate.
Yep, I could definitely see that too, especially with, I don't think they have that in and under type gem to be able to force it away from Treloar. Treloar's going to be able to get in and under whenever the hell he wants. Granted, the Dogs don't have Richards or Libba. So, Horse, I mean, if there's going to be any game that this man pulls his finger out, it's going to be Jack McRae because he has no other option to actually go back to his piggish 35 disposals a game ways because no Libba, no Richards. They're probably going to have to look towards him. And no, we're not bringing him in for Supercoach.
No, we're not.
No.
But this is basically his last chance, yeah.
But
the Maltese, definitely get around Jack McRae this week. He's going large.
Yeah.
What do you think about Timmy English? So
Do something.
Yeah,
Do something.
I read this week that statistically wise, he is down right across the board. There's not one major category that he's improved on this year.
Yep.
Which sucks because I started with him and I'm going to have to hold him for the year. But do you think against Darcy Cameron he could get off the chain a little bit inside?
I actually don't know about that one at all, Horse. Cameron's been playing pretty well as of late, in fairness to him. So I would hope that Tingles is able to bounce back because Marvel, there's no wet weather this week. I think it's been the last 3 weeks. He's been struggling because of the weather. It's not the time. This is the game where he has to step his, besides last week, against Sydney. But this is the game where he has to step his ass up and show us a little something.
Yep. And Asa, you're right. I think Sam Darcy is hurting him a little bit, but I also think he's disinterested because we believe he's going to Perth next year.
Horse, connect the dots.
Daily Bale, 535k, break even of 124. Halfbackers do score well against the Pies.
Correct. Yes, they do, Horse. And we know that Daily Bale, loves playing under the roof at Marvel. He loves being able to run under the roof at Marvel. So I think this could be a nice time for those people that have Daily Bale. Asa, Daily Bale. Stop flipping around the other way and confusing me, mate. So Daily Bale really, I reckon he could have an absolute cracker this week. We know no Ed Richards, so McRae could be the tick. Thank you, Asa. I appreciate that, mate. Sam Darcy, as we're saying, 379k now, Horse. He was shit last week, but in true Darcy fashion, he'll probably get a 90 this week.
It's at Marvel. He won't. He averages 96 away from Marvel, and after last week's shit effort, he averages 52 for the year at Marvel Stadium. If you've got him, you're selling him.
But no, you're not.
You're not.
Aaron Norton.
Oh, that's right. Sell him.
Yep. Oh, okay. It seems we're at an impasse here, Horse.
No, because you know what?
What?
How was he the last time Rory Lobb played with him?
Oh, God, the cone.
Mm-hmm.
Not great, but that was also that was 4 bigs in that game. Oh, no, Jamara didn't play, did he?
Didn't play, no.
Interesting.
I guess who's back this week?
It can't be the cone. It can't be. Horse, it just can't be. Oh, my goodness gracious me. All right, well, okay, maybe we might listen to you. I might concede. Yeah, piss Darcy off. Don't need that. Garcia, though, he's been fantastic for the Doggies.
Yes.
295k, still holding after an 83 last week. As we always said, keep holding until Waitman's back. Just keep on holding until Waitman's back. Fridge, you're all welcome. Thank you. We did say the old, we'd rather the Fridge over Joe Richards. Yes, Joe Richards scored 100, but look who's playing now.
Yeah.
It's the Fridge. We got lucky.
I think we did.
76. He went up 70. What was it? I think it was 71k. Beautiful. Keep holding him. That's beautiful there. Horse, one that I wanted to bring to the table here. Caleb Daniel. Now, might seem weird, but this is a guy that was over 550k. He's 304k at the moment. He has a break even of he got 75 last week in his first full game played for a long, long time. But he played half forward. Now, I don't think we can get piggish Caleb Daniel from half forward. We need half back Caleb Daniel doing his little chippy kicks and his beautiful speed and running around the grounds and everything like that. A half forward Caleb Daniel is not going to be able to get it done for me for Supercoach.
No.
But 304 is very interesting.
Yes. But I need to see more.
I mean, when you're looking at this week, right, a lot of people are bringing in Christian Salem, right? And he's 375K, I think. Something like that. 300 and something.
Yeah, the difference is Salem's got a ridiculously negative break even.
Correct. But also, too, if you think, but then you have to pay less to be able to get Daniels in. So let's say Daniels goes big this week. He has that low break even. He then becomes about the same player that Salem is. And I'm pretty sure Salem is part of that 6-team buy round.
Yeah, okay.
Where it's a pain in the ass. But either way, something to look at.
Talk to me about the pies, mate.
Yeah, all right. Whisper Dacos, 121.3 average. Awesome again last week. 139 last time. Oh, God, the beer's gotten to me. Last time that he played the Doggies. So I reckon he could also be a good shout for VC this week if you don't feel confident in Bont. I don't hate it either way. I feel like if you go Dacos, if you go Bont, I don't think you can really lose on that one there, Horse. How about Crispy?
He's all right, isn't he? We shouted out a couple of weeks ago, and you said he's only alone, and we get that. But he's been huge without Degoe and Mitchell. He's a bit pricey now, but if you got him, hold him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
but when these other guys come back, yeah.
Well, at that time, we thought Mitchell was coming back in 2 weeks, and we thought Degoe was coming back the week after. Degoe injures himself again and played forward. And now he's out for a little bit more. Mitchell's still out, and now Pendlebury's out. So, shit, if you picked up Chris, you'd be laughing.
Yep.
But and then we got a quick shout out, Joe Richards. I'm sure the whole Supercoach world was absolutely gutted seeing Joey Richards go down with that broken foot. So he's out 4 to 6. That really hurts.
Yeah.
Did you pick him
we
up?
got it right. We got it right.
We did get it right. Yep, we did get it right. Did you pick him up?
No.
No, righto. If you did have him though, he has
it was the right move.
Yeah, absolutely. But he has a ridiculously low break even. Would you hold him hoping he comes back in 4 to 5 weeks and he cracks back into this Collingwood team?
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, because you've got Mitchell, you've got Degoe, you've got Pendlebury, you've got a lot of players coming back in. I'm not so sure he comes straight back in, mate.
Yeah, I'm worrying the same there as well. I think Sullivan's way more likely to stick. Armand Frog, he said, no way a broken foot's 4 weeks for a footy player. It's not like a completely broken foot. It's just like what is it? Is it like one of his metatarsals or something like that? It's technically a broken foot, but it's not his whole foot. It's a part of his foot. So, and I think it's his non-preferred foot as well. So, all the best there to Joey Richards.
Dr. Skiddy.
Oh, where's our doctor from the Melbourne clinic? Damn it, Dr. John.
Heidelberg Dorovich's clinic. He'll have him back out there this week. Dr. John, get him right and firing. We need to contact him, actually. He needs to give us some inside words. Why Clary is playing like shit again. Sullivan, 220K. Another 88-ish or so. Yep. Beautiful. Love to say that. Love what he's bringing, holding there. Finn McRae, Horse. No. Thank you. No. 203K. Nah, job security's not there. He might. I'm going to shout this out to you, though, mate. Without Pendlebury this week, he might get some midfield time. 15 plus on the old disposals market might look pretty good there. For McRae? Mm. Yeah, I could definitely say that. That's if he plays. He has been fluctuating out of the team, even when they have had injuries. So we'll have to wait and see that. Like what we saw from Harvey Harrison, though. Yep. I'm going to shout this out in a sec. But for Tally Beaver, who's new to the chat, thank you for joining us, mate. I see your Carl Amon. And I will address it later on, mate. We will answer the questions at the end so we can get through all the games. Harvey Harrison, 213K. He's played 2 full games, 2 full non-injury or non-sub-affected games, and he's scored 83 and 99 in both those games. He has a negative 14 break even, and with Pendlebury and with the guns out this week, he may get some good midfield / high half forward time.
Yep.
Do I think it sticks? No. Is he a good cash cow for a couple of weeks? Absolutely he is. So if you've got the ability to bring him in, I recommend doing it.
I like what our man Junkie said in the chat as well. He said Harrison going for 25 touches. And I was like, oh, here we go. Someone saying a little bit of something smart here. And then he followed it up with lob 3+ goals. And I went, well, you got no idea. And no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Junkie's been drinking. Yeah.
Love your work, Junkie. And then Charlie Dean, who is 162K and pretty much our only downgrade defender that we can have a crack at. Job security is not great at all, but the injuries are piling up for the Pies. Yeah, I don't know, Horse. I don't know if I can actually bring myself to doing it.
No. No. And then, Parker and Allen, no.
Yeah, no. Job security is nothing for Parker and Allen.
No. Hang on. I've got to put this up.
Yeah. Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah, and he's got a picture of Lonzo Ball there. Unbelievable.
He loves it. He's a funny man.
So
all right.
Before we talk about the Hawks-Crows game, mate, we see a few people in the chat, the Cole Cheney Cup by Corey. That's not right. So
Kyle Harrigan Cup as well.
Yeah, Kyle Hardigan, that would be.
Sorry, Hardigan. Yep, you're right.
Yep.
Darren Jarman.
Darren Jarman's a good one. That's a ripper one. I wish we had to pick that.
I didn't realize that he played for Hawthorn.
Absolutely, he did.
Oh my God. Oh, what's the other Jarman?
Andrew.
That. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Yep, he's the Crows, buddy. He's that ball bloke, wasn't he?
Andrew Jarman was.
Yeah. Darren Jarman, of course.
Darren Jarman's the bloke with ears bigger than Tex Walker.
Yeah, number 4. Yeah. Well, that would have been.
I think he kicked 6 goals against the Kangas in the grand final one year, didn't he?
Pretty sure he kicked a lot of goals about a lot of other people, and he kicked everyone's ass. All right, I don't need to be hearing that. Righto, but that is not where we decided to go, Horse, because I decided to go for Big Unco himself.
Yep. Hang on, before you say his name,
I'm
going to drop in the chat. Does anyone remember a certain ruckman chasing Justin Madden through the midfield? Justin Madden took a few bounces one year and kicked a goal. Justin Madden was the ruckman at Carlton in the mid-90s, late 90s, Simon Madden's brother. And there was a big Adelaide ruckman, number 52, chasing him.
That's not the bloke who we named the cup after, is it?
What number? Yeah, it is.
It was. Oh, I remember him from Hawthorn.
Yeah, he was a good ruckman at Adelaide.
Yeah, Sean Wren, bang on the money, lads. Yes, sir. He was 52, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I reckon he was a different number at Hawthorn though. But that's where we went. We went with the big fella, the Big Unco himself. Because God, Jed, he ran like a giraffe, Horse.
Yep. He had bits and pieces going everywhere.
Oh yeah. His knees weren't not running right.
Ahmed Frog's got that. He did his knee in the center circle and then wore this big fucking pillow thing on his knee for the rest of his career.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of injured ruckmans, apparently we're hearing Lloyd Meek no-go this week.
Really?
That's what you told me, isn't he in HIA?
Not Lloyd Meek.
Oh, shit. Righto, what am I on?
Shy Bolton.
How many are in these bloody beers? But I still heard that Lloyd Meek might be injured this week.
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, I'm still watching that because that's going to be my trade if he is.
Okay.
But anyway, keep an eye out here, guys. I think I saw it that if someone in the chat can tell me, I swear I saw that Lloyd Meek's not playing this week. But that's all right. So we'll move on to old Sicily. That means probably Ned Reeves comes back in, and that's yucky. Yeah. Meek's got minor syndesmosis. Crap. Well, he's gone. He's gone. Fade Gorn is looking worse and worse day by day. Who am I going to go for next? Ooh, Bryn Tickle. Woo!
Yes.
Tessie. Sicily, 545K, 115K last week. Adelaide give up the third least Supercoach points to defenders. So if you're looking at Cis, don't. They have been absolutely sensational guarding the defensive forward line. So that's fantastic by them. Will Day, though, Horse. Hasn't he just burst into the year right now? Bloody hell.
We shouted him out a couple of weeks ago saying he started off slow. Watch this man because he has the ability to go large. And as it stands right now, he is one of the 3 that I've bought in this week.
Oh, Will Day is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind that. All right.
Yeah. He's gone his last 2 games. He looks a lot more comfortable with the way that Sam Mitchell wants him playing as a roaming midfielder, and he scored 117 and 140. I really like his role moving forward as a bigger midfielder.
My only concern about Day is that he's played shit when Hawthorn have been belted, and then when Hawthorn have been in it, because the last 4 weeks Hawthorn have been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Is Day just subject to when they're actually playing well, or when they're, when they don't fade away? So, yeah, I mean, I can definitely get around someone that's got, a break even of 47 as well, and there's no real downside to having a crack at him this week. But
no.
Yeah. But I do like the shout though as well, Horse. So I can get around Day. Dylan Moore, 488k. He's been shit house the last couple of weeks. He's got a break even at 145. Yeah. And what I don't understand is, Horse, Moore's playing worse when Hawthorn are starting to play better, but he's playing the exact same role. It's got me stuffed.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had a good run. That's why we're saying pick up Moore, because favourable run. Hawthorn was starting to go all right. He plays 2 belters. They get belted. They start winning games, and Moore's not existent. And you're like, what is going on? So, yeah, I've got no idea. The only thing I can think of is that they're opening the ground up more, and they're not just looking at, going into his spacing areas. They're opening up the ground a lot. They do have a lot more faith in Jack Ginnivan now as well.
Sorry.
I'm just saying it as I read it. Oh, but speaking of saying it as I read it, I can only read this name. I'm not allowed to say this name. So, Horse, would you do me the honours?
Massimo D'Ambrosio, pizza, pasta, 1 Ferrari, driving really fast on the streets, yeah?
See. No, wait, that's Mexican.
No, she's yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it? Oh, crap, whatever. All right, sweet, no worries. Shows how multilingual I am with my g'day, cobber, and how you doing, shaggerbags. But that's all right. Talk to me about Massimo, because he's been playing really, really well as of late.
Yeah, he has, but I still don't like it.
No.
No.
He's another one. Hawks are playing better, and he's playing better. I reckon they're utilising him a lot more now, Horse, and they have a lot more.
Yeah.
Because he was carved up. Remember 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, they were genuinely not kicking it anywhere near him, and the opposite team was only kicking it to his wing because he was getting dominated so badly. And now he's actually playing his ass out. It's unreal.
Yep. That'll change.
Flick is switched at Hawthorn. Deer, good story, but no, we're not picking him up for Supercoach.
No, we're not. No.
For the Crom, crash potato.
I said last week, I refuse to speak about this player anymore on this podcast.
It's fine. I'll do it. It's all right. 568k, mate. He's the highest averaging Crom player this year, which has got me stuffed. I have no idea how he's still in the side, but they love him. I guess he's kicking it sometimes now. At least he's getting a little bit better. But God, I hate watching how he plays. Jordan Dawson, though, someone I do love watching play. Oh my! Yeah,
I like watching this bloke.
626. Look, if you want to have a crack at crouch potato, you can go for it, but I'm not telling you to do it. But you can have a go at it. It seems like he's not getting kicked out of the side. It seems like he obviously scores good Supercoach points. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can have a crack at it, but yeah, I just don't feel comfortable with it from a guy that was getting dropped. Like, he was dropped for 20 rounds last year. 20 rounds. They had no faith in him, and now this year they're like, oh yeah, wait, we're just going to keep giving it to him. Makes no sense, but they got to do what they got to do, so that's all right. Dawson, 158 last week. He took the piss last week. That was a great game against West Coast.
Yeah, he was awesome, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Rory Laird, 543k, break even of 134. I don't think he gets that because he's been pretty ordinary the past 5-6 weeks. Yeah. Average of 125.5 his last 2 against the Hawks, but we both still don't trust that. Someone who's benefited a little bit from Isaac Rankin being out, mate, is Chase Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So he's at 316K. He's got a break even of 22. Rochelle into the guts more is allowing him to be used as a high half forward.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to win by 99 this week. In fact,
No.
they'll probably lose to the Hawks in Melbourne. But
you tipping the Hawks?
Absolutely, I am. Yep.
I'm going the Crom.
The way the Hawks have been playing, yeah.
But you got to remember, Crom belted West Coast last week, but the week before that, they only lost by controversial decision by an umpire to Collingwood, the reigning premiers, by 4 points at the G. They don't play the G that badly.
Hawks.
Crom.
Ooh, bolts a bit.
All right. Yeah, all right, fuck it. Yeah, why not? Yep, all right, no worries. I'll get Ryan to pay for it, since I'm tipping his side. But yeah, Chase Jones, I don't mind it, but how long for? And I want to see it against an actual opposition besides the crap that West Coast pulled out last week. We know that West Coast are a much bigger side, a better side in Perth than they are anywhere else. Scholl, he had his 401k, huge last week, but I'm definitely not gambling on a winger. That is for 100% certain. Horse, we'll get everyone to have their guesses in.
They've got 30 seconds to get their guesses in, because the Eagles versus the Saints, there is actually quite a few players that have played for the Weagles and for St Kilda, but I'm actually going to give you a bit of a how you going here, mate, because I don't think Bevo's the job is the most under threat position in the AFL.
Are you thinking that it could be Rossi Boss Lyon that is the one that's in trouble?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Yep. Oh, mate, I can definitely say that too.
They don't look excited at all playing footy. They look bored. It's defense first, defense second, defense third. You've got a bloke by the name of Riley Bonner who's racking them up, who barely got into Port Adelaide's best 22 last year. I think he's in the hot seat.
Yep, I can definitely say that, mate. I agree. I like to say that their game plan is like a less attacking version of Freo's this year, and that's not great. But, Horse, let's get to the cup, because Corey, my man, Kobe Stevens, there's no way I'd give it to Kobe Stevens over the G-Train. It's obviously the G-Train's cup.
Fraser Garrick!
Like I'm going to get my head punched in by the G-Train for not calling the cup after him. Come on, Shags. It's obviously the G-Train.
It has to be.
And we get the new G-Train, the W-Train in this game, Horse.
Wow. Talk about sex on wheels. I love it. But for the Eagles, weather-wise, high chance of rain late in the afternoon. So this has been played at 4:30. 25 to 35 kilometre an hour winds in Perth as well. So for me, I'm going the unders.
I can't believe that West Coast get 2 games in a row in WA, and it's the one game where North actually have a crack at winning because it's against the Eagles, but they put it over there in WA. Absolutely spewing. The AFL's against us, and that's the only reason why we're shit. Puddin, McGovern, our man, Jeremy, 549K, 114 last week. Saints and then North in the next 2 weeks. I'm not putting it in on a defender like Puddin when they got 2 easy games there.
Yep.
Elliot, yo. 569K. Only a 61 last week in his first game back. Just didn't look right, did he, yours?
Sometimes we get stuff right. Sometimes we get stuff wrong. But this one we absolutely nailed when he went out with a groin, and someone who's got an injury history with a groin issue. The first thing that goes, or the last thing to come back to you when you've got a groin injury, is that burst of speed off the mark. And he just didn't have it. It wasn't there.
No,
and
15 disposals.
Yep. The power just wasn't there, and unfortunately he's just going to bleed cash. And I'm going to say it again this week. He's an absolute trade out if you want value.
Oh, okay. Right. I can say that. If you've had Yo all this time too, then yeah, you'd be sitting pretty on trades as well from banking what he's brought to the table this year.
Yeah.
W Train, Jakey Waterman, Shit
him
house
out.
last week. Shit house. Yeah, W's in the chat. Shit house last week, but North Saints next 2 weeks. Horse.
He could win the Coleman these next 2 weeks.
W Train's about to eat. In fairness, though, I think Cal Wilkie goes to him, and Cal Wilkie is a bloody good one-on-one defender.
Yeah, but you know who's a bloody good one-on-one forward?
Oh, yeah, it's a W Train.
Ah, yes. Took the words out of mouth. So
he did have a stinker last week, but that's all right. Harley Reid, though, fantastic. I love this bloke so much. 448k. He only had a 73 last week, but that was pretty good in a shocking West Coast team. Break even at 50. He had 25 of 27 CBAs last week, Horse, and they still got killed. But that's all right. Holding.
Yes.
And then, Horse, our man.
The cheese.
I had a message this week. Hey, Skid, what do you think about me bringing in Campbell Chesser this week?
Oh, no.
Wrote back to him, mate, you have not got a fucking clue if you think you're bringing in Campbell Chesser. Come on, Shags. No. 86 last week. Do not care. He had, I think he had an 80 in like round 4. He's gone 30, 30, 40, 32. Like, come on. No. We do not bring in Campbell Chesser. Under any circumstances.
No. But for the St Kilda Football Club, Jack Steele, 555k, 101 last week. His last 3 against the Eagles, 86, 143, 150 in his last 3. Eagles do give up the second most Supercoach points to midfielders too. Not a bad shout, mate.
Yeah,
but yeah, sorry.
Not bad for Jackie Steele, but yeah, you're right. Talk to me about him because this is the main man that I reckon is going to pop off this week. If you have him, see on this guy.
Romo, 617k, dominated by Gawn last week. West Coast give up the most amount of Supercoach points to Rucks. This could be like the 160-point Romo that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, absolutely. I reckon that's bang on the money, Horse. Really like that. Now, what are we going to do with these backmen that St Kilda have? Because Wang, Bonner, Sinclair, right? I don't know if this is going to be their chip-style bullcrap game of football that we normally do. West Coast try to push the pace pretty hard when they play in WA. So, what are you thinking about guys like this? Because obviously Wang has a great run home under the roof of Marvel. He plays a lot better there at Marvel. They have to play a way more attacking style of footy. Otherwise, we're just going to keep seeing this same old crap that St Kilda have been pulling out.
I think Wang's the pick of the backman now. We've seen Sinclair's heat maps, and even when he goes back, he's still rolling around as if he doesn't have an opponent anyway. So with Wang, he's at 539k. He's got a break even of about 70 this week. 4 tons in a row, averaging about 116. He's fairly attacking too, and he uses the ball really, really well. There was a comment earlier about what happens when the likes of Crouch and that come back.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter because I still think that Sinclair's going to play. He might play back a little bit, but I think he's going to play mid a lot because St Kilda like his delivery into the forward line. So,
yeah.
And even if he does go back, it'll be the Wang and Sinclair show like it was last year. And then Bonner will get dropped or Bonner will push up to a wing.
Yep, I could not agree more there, mate. Yep, I reckon you hit the nail on the head with that one. Darcy Wilson, my God, he's still going, Horse. 418k now. 81 last week. I'm holding, but I think we're getting close to the end of this timeline. And I'm hoping I say that because he's going to pull out another 140 or some bull crap and keeps going because I say he's almost a sell. Paddy Dow, 307k, break even at 58. He's on the bubble. Could not give a shit in the slightest. Moving on. Lance Collard.
We have a rookie that's lost money.
Horse. I'll tell you what. I knew it was going to be hard for someone to be worse than Blake Drury was last year, but I think Collard is pushing.
But you've got it.
Here. Oh, my God. He's gone down 14k this year. He's 102.
Didn't he start at like 120k or something?
He's 116k. He's lost 14. He's down to 102. He was 117k, sorry. He's down to 102.
He can't go any lower.
Mate, he's trying his best. I think he had 6 last week.
Surely he doesn't get picked.
Oh, I don't know how he got picked last week, but there you go.
I don't
He's
know
still doing it. Surely he was the sub last week, wasn't he? Now I can't even remember. Now I'm thinking that he actually wasn't the sub.
Go and have a look. Tell us
because I believe he was on my cone watch. No, he was subbed out. Sorry, he was subbed out last week. But
so
hopefully he goes a bit better. Yes, he did start. Yes. So we got 6 last week, and then I know he had something shit house the week before as well. Oh, that's right. It was the week before. The week before he played the whole game and got 9. He was very close to being my cone of the week.
Is that the bloke that didn't get a kick all game?
No, he had 4 kicks. Sorry, 3 kicks. He had 4 disposals and did stuff all.
Okay.
Yep, he was very close.
But anyway, we're speaking a lot about someone who's a spud and not Supercoach relevant. But
True.
Someone who is very, very relevant is Ryan from Astute Newstead.
Ooh,
are your rates above 6.2%, or are you wanting to buy a home? Maybe you want to refinance or renovate, or maybe you just want to save some cash like the rest of us. Reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead for an obligation and cost-free inquiry. His link tree is in the chat. Use the code INSIGHT, trees in the chat, and tell him that the Insight boys sent you.
Trees in chat. I mean, we can start calling him the inferior mustache because,
mate,
big rodeo Mo is here.
Are you giving out mustache rides? Because they
only
look good.
Only OnlyFans horse. Come on. All right, boys. Cats, Richmond. Get your guesses in for the cups. Come on. Cats and Tigs. We know what we need to hear from this.
How much do you think Geelong wins this game by?
Oh, jeez. Tigs looked better last week against Richmond, but do you think that's only because
Tigs looked better against Richmond?
Time? Sorry, Tigs looked better against Essendon. Sorry, last week.
They did.
And we know it's dream time, so obviously Essendon weren't not giving a shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they were genuinely trying. Richmond just looked really, really, they looked dominant for some parts of that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they looked really good. And it sort of reminded me a little bit of how they played against Sydney. Mm-hmm. Except hopefully you're watching or listening, Phil, but Essendon were able to put the game away, unlike Sydney. So I don't have much.
W on the ladder?
No, the only team. But when we're talking about Sydney, they are by far and away the best team of the comp. And for Richmond to have their only win that they've got this year against Sydney is quite remarkable, isn't it? But we see some absolutely ripping guesses coming through in the chat. Yeah. Rex Hunt.
Yeah, I like the Rexy Hunt.
Why did we not pick that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yabbada.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Rex Hunt and you're not.
No, because Asses nailed this one on the head. Skitsy's on the head. Ian Johnson's nailed it on the head. Corey's back in the winner's box. Yes, sir. We're going with the Brady Ottens Cup. The big ruckman.
Bad Bradley.
Yes, I've actually picked a couple of bloody ruckmen tonight, actually, but that's all right. We love that. That's all right. So our main man, Asa, Geelong man, Geelong's finest. No Clark, no Cam Guthrie, no Blitzarves. Jack Bowes, lads, get on him.
Okay.
Get on him for a multi.
Absolutely.
Because he has burned me before. Because apparently he was going to be, oh, look at me. Paddy Dangerfield's out. I'm going to be playing in the midfield. And then he gets 10 disposals.
Okay. So with that being said.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Are you ready to get hurt again?
For who? Jack Bowes?
Yeah.
No, he can get stuffed.
Okay.
Let's go to Maxi Holmes. 536K, 136 last week. Especially after the week where I said that I don't think this bloke can go massive scores, and he pulls that out of his ass. So good on him.
It has me interested.
It has me interested as well. Horse, let me make you a bit more interested. Richmond give up the most Supercoach points this year to defenders and midfielders. Maxi Holmes is a halfback running defender. Okay. I could really see him getting off the chain if he wanted to this week.
I want to put this to you then.
Okay.
Tom Stewart is as cheap as he's been in 3 years.
Yes.
He's at 482K, break even of 95.
Yes.
Is this the week that he bounces back? Mind you, there is a chance of rain, and they're expecting a top temperature of 6 degrees during this game.
Oh, delightful. How good's that?
Do you think that Stewart is in for a big one?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that he will be. I think he's just getting himself pretty well back into form, but I'm just not sold with that weather and if the Tigs are going to be damaging or not. I would I would like to think that this is the Tom Stewart bounce back week.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
I hope it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do, because I really like him. Yeah.
Would you be confident enough to bring him in this week? Let's say you had a shitload of trades at your disposal.
No.
You'd still rather Salem?
No.
No. But I mean, would you rather Salem or would you rather Tom Stewart? That's what I'm asking.
I would absolutely rather Stewart.
Okay. You'd rather 100%. Stewart, even though he's, 130 odd K more?
Do you know when the last time Christian Salem played 22 games in a year was?
No.
Yep, he got drafted in 2014.
Yep.
Never.
Really? Well, how many?
Do you know the last time he played more than 14 games in a year?
Oh God, no, I don't.
2021.
How many games has he already missed this year? Exactly. So we're halfway there on you, Christian.
the last 3 years he's played 11 in 2022, 14 in 2023, and he's so far played 8 with an average of 75. The last 2 years prior to this year, Christian Salem, I'm talking, 71 and 75 has been his average. So I would absolutely pick up Stewart.
Okay, I like that. Skitsy said Tigers will get him back for knocking out Prestia. Like to say a little bit of nuggle or anything like that. Would not mind that. Higo, I wouldn't bring McGovern in because he's got St Kilda and North Melbourne in the next 2 weeks. Brian Myers, he is 494K. I just don't see how he gets these massive scores consistently, with the likes of like Close and Hawkins Cameron, these kind of guys down there. I mean, I love how he plays footy, but I just can't trust him for Supercoach.
Yep.
Jezza, 428K, break even of 113. He could go massive in this game, Horse.
He could go really, really.
I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge.
Huge. God, how was he a president? Fuck me.
Could be voted back in again.
Oh my goodness gracious. I could see him having a red hot crack if we get the Tigers from 2 weeks ago. If we get last week's Tigers, will be a lot better. Toby Conway, 281K, Horse. He's up 100K this year. He's got a break even of -2 this week. If he was a forward, God, I'd jump all over him as well.
Yeah, but there's a little something coming out of Geelong, and I'd like Asa to comment on this because I know he's watching. Apparently, Stanley's got a bit of a medial issue with his knee and might be out for a few weeks. So if you're struggling with Sweet, could you go sideways into Conway?
Oh, could have something there. Yeah, no, it's Stanley. Yeah, and then
Stanley,
Blitzubs is also out.
Blitzubs is also out. Yep.
We could be onto something here, Horse. That's probably going to be a trade for me. So there's that. Dempsey, see you later. 28 last week. He can piss off. And Clark. Horse, I cannot believe it. Jai Clark got an 85 last week. I still just don't believe it. Break even of 15. But if you think I'm giving this bloke another chance, not a goddamn chance.
The bloke scored in the 60s, 70s, and 80s this year, and he's still under 200K.
Yeah. Because what do you go? 13, 15, 9. Yeah, no. No.
He's one of those blokes that brings you a present to your birthday party, and then as he's about to give it to you, he just takes it back. Pickles type behaviour.
Pickles type behaviour, yep. I don't care if Clark lost 24 points while he was on the bench. Should have bloody got on the field. Let's talk about the Tigers. I don't like any of them.
Let's move on then.
No. Velasquez, not enough consistency. He's just pissing away cash. Can't do it. One guy I do like, Horse. And if it wasn't that he was rubbed out this week, I probably would be bringing him in. Shai Bolton. Apparently, he's got the HIA. It's going to be a watch. Apparently, I don't understand.
I'm looking for a confirmation on that, but he did go down with. He got hit in the head, and he went off with. It was late in the game against Essendon, and the time that it was going to take to get the HIA done, they just subbed him off straight away anyway.
Okay. Interesting.
So,
all right.
yeah.
He is HIA on the official injury list. All right. Thank you, Asa. So Bolton's out, so he's not coming in. So
let's wait till next week. Yep.
Jaden Short.
Yep, concussion 1 week.
Chance.
I can confirm that. Yep.
Okay, cool. Short, not a goddamn chance. 377k. Still don't care. Break even of 115. He does play well in his last 3 against Geelong. 120, 84, 97. No. Dusty, 367k horse. 86 last week. Can't be the common, can it?
I think he plays another 3 or 4 games than he's done for the year.
Yeah, right. Well, let's hope not. And then McAuliffe, who is one that everyone is looking to bring in this week, horse. Talk to me.
No.
Cool. You don't want him?
No, because Taranto will potentially be back next week.
I'd say
and then you've got.
I think they're going to be cautious with him because they're playing like
Yep.
shit.
Okay. But then you've got Hopper, you've got Taranto, you've got
Prestia.
Who else? Yep. Bolton running through the midfield.
Yep.
Martin.
Dow.
Yeah, it might be a 1 week rental. If you've got him, you're holding him to make cash, but you're not bringing him in.
The reason why as well I'm so worried about him is Taranto and Hopper both go down, right? And they still didn't bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
It was someone else went down for him to come in. And I was just like, well, that's just a nail in the coffin there.
Someone brought it up earlier that they wanted us to talk about the preseason draft. The mid-season drafts and the draftees in that.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get to that. Mm-hmm. But Richmond did pick up someone in the draft that both you and I pretty much think that will play almost straight away. But we'll get into that a bit later. We will get into that later because he will be 102k and a nice downgrade target.
Yep. Everyone get your guesses in for the D's versus the Dockers Cup, who they think that we are going to pick for the D's and the Dockers. So this is in Darwin on a Sunday afternoon. Piss off if you think I'd be playing in that weather, horse.
I did a little digging as well. And would it surprise you that it came back as fucking hot?
Yep. I mean, that sounds about right.
Yep. There's a couple of cups coming through in the chat. Colin Sylvia, rest in peace. That man passed away a couple of years ago up in Mildura. Harley Ballick played at an old footy club of mine, Keysborough Footy Club in Melbourne. We see Jeffy Farmer. He was one of the blokes that we spoke about, but wasn't officially chosen for the Cups. Luke Jackson is still playing. Baz's Baggers.
Yep. I was going to go with the Wizard Jeffy Farmer because I loved everything about his game.
Yep. Scott Chisholm. He's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one, actually.
Wasn't he related to the Queen or something at some stage?
Oh, maybe. Or
was that Gary Durkay? It was one of the two.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking back on this, I really should have chosen Jeff Farmer, but I wanted to go sideways because I thought everyone was going to be guessing these things by now. It's Jeff White. Jeffy White took that massive hanger.
He was huge. Number 34.
Number 34, absolutely. I still remember him because I used to have this the AFL Best Marks one, and geez, he took one of the absolute rippers that were always all over it.
Did he win it 1 year?
I think he did win it, yeah. He absolutely step-laddered someone when he played for the D's. It was an absolute belter. So that's where my mind went to when I saw it. I mean, I definitely could have easily gone with Farmer, but C. Douglas Nichols ran was last week, so no, we're going Jeff White this week.
That's right.
Jeffy White wasn't a ruck; he was a fullback. I mean, he's a half back, wasn't he?
No, he played ruck.
I thought he.
No, he was ruck.
No, well, whatever.
Definitely ruck.
Carol, tell me how many Gawn's going to score this week.
Oh, you've gone quiet, mate. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I said tell me how many Gawn's going to score this week.
No,
great.
I can't hear you. Gawn 673k, break even of 180 last week and a break even of 103. 98, 114, 118 in the last 3 against Freo. The fade Gawn didn't last long, did it, Skiddy?
No, it did not, horse. That really sucks for me. And I do not rate it whatsoever. And you have to check your bloody headphones, mate. You got to check them headphones, mate. Yeah, we can hear me. So it's you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, no, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. Well, stop having technical difficulties then, you piece of crap. We're trying to run a podcast here.
Rookie type behaviour.
I'm still with our boy Deadly. Still fading gone. I'll get him. It's too late now. I can't get him. Bugger it. I really wish I didn't lose that bet. Christian Petrarca, though, 559k horse. He's had 122, 134 in his last two against the Dockers.
Mm-hmm.
Can we trust that that Petrarca is back? He had 16 of 25 CBAs last week.
Yes.
You reckon that we can trust Christian Petrarca?
I think he's back. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I
don't mind him.
And
don't mind
Ian, it's weak as piss. I will be better. So.
Horse has a return from his bye.
Yeah, you're right.
Adam Tomlinson, no.
We have to talk about him though, don't we?
Do we?
Okay. Clary, 523k, 92 last week. He's getting plenty of the pill, mate. He's just not scoring that well, is he?
Yeah, I don't know. His Pelsey's had been down a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Clary's just got to pull himself back in. He needs to go back to the Heidelberg Medical Clinic because he needs a little something to keep him back up and down. Now, the big one, Christian Salem, 345k, break even of -19, basically a free hit. Freo are the fourth best to score against for defenders in Supercoach points. What I really loved about Christian Salem was that he was the fifth defender last week against St Kilda Horse. He immediately off the halfback flank, straight into the guts. He had no CBAs, right? None. So this is not him having to be around the ball or around stoppages, but he pushed himself into the stoppages as soon as he could. Now, is that because he gave absolutely zero respect to St Kilda's forward line? Possibly. It's also a very, very real possibility. Or is this just a new norm? Because we have seen Goodwin do this before. This is exactly what he did with Alex Neil-Bullen, just from the opposite side of the ground.
He reminds me of Jack Billings.
Wait, Salem does?
The role he played last week was the role that Jack Billings played when he got all those marks and scored 130 odd, and everyone jumped on him.
Yeah, but from half back, not half forward. The difference between Billings and Salem actually gut runs defensively, and Jack Billings just stays on the half forward flank waiting for an easy kick.
Yeah. Not for me.
Salem's positioning is a lot better than what Billings is. I can see where everyone would want to have a crack at Salem. I'm not opposed. I do like his ball winning ability and his running ability, space. His space awareness is really good. I just want to. I'm going to have a gamble, I reckon.
Good. I do hope it works out for you.
No, you don't.
No, I do. He's got a negative 19 break even. Like, he could make you serious coin.
Free crack, I reckon.
But at the same time, he's got a injury history. He's got the previous 2 years, he's averaged 75. You're not bringing him in to be a primo.
Yep.
I think you could, if you've got Fife, you could go sideways into Salem because that way you're going to make a lot of coin.
Mine's Charlie Comben sideways into Salem.
Not a bad shout as well.
Yep. Just a quick one on Charlie Comben that I want to bring up for everybody as well, right? I was saying this to Horse earlier today. Actually, I'll leave it for when we get to the mid-season draft point.
Yep. Cool. 4-3-0. Luke Ryan. 671k, 132 last week. Break even of 136. He's been unreal. Yeah,
he has been unreal. I've loved everything I've seen from Luke Ryan. Yeah, I think we can. It's Luke Ryan's year. That's all we can say about that, mate. Caleb Sarong, 661k, break even of 176. So hopefully he plays an absolute stinker because historically he only has 1 ton in 5 games against the Demons Horse. So in a couple of weeks, we could actually be looking at being able to get a lower price here for Caleb Sarong. If you do not have him, he could be around that 600k mark. So start saving up your coin. Jai Clark, Horse. How good's this bloke been? 100 and...
Jordan Clark, yeah.
Sorry, what did I say? Jai Clark? God damn it.
Yeah.
532k. He's got a break even of 20 this week after another massive week. You just got to love when backmen chip the ball around to each other, but then actually do something attacking. The difference between Ryan and Clark and the St Kilda defense is they actually do something with the ball eventually, not just continuously kick it back and forward, then turn it over.
Yep.
Asset, no.
He's been really good. Jordan Clark has been really, really good. And he's someone that I've contemplating bringing in. But I feel like if teams are going to tag someone against Freo, it's going to be Clark.
Yeah. Well, we saw that again when they played... Shit, who did they play with that? Jordan, Swan.
James Jordan, yeah.
Yep. Which is annoying, so let's hope not.
Yeah, Luke Jackson, 508k, break-even of 75.67 last week. Mm-hmm. Scored 106 last time against the D's and does play well against his old team. I made Luke Jackson owner.
Silly.
And I am holding him because Darcy looks fucking ordinary with the way he's getting around with his knee. He looks slow. He looks like he's lumbering around. And I don't think he's going to last the season. So I'm just going to suck it up. And if he gets his 60s and 70s, so be it. Because not that I hope that he gets injured, but I think he's going to be the number one ruck before season's end.
Yeah, right. I still go under the thing, and let me have my last week because I let you have it the week before. He got a 67 last week, so sucked in.
Yes, thanks.
No worries. Hayden Young, 524k, break even of 79. He's still going okay, average 99 for the year. He'd just be a lot better if he had more time in the midfield, but I just don't think we're going to be able to get it. Chubby Joe, our man, good to see you, mate. But our Cups, Adam Sard. No, actually, he doesn't play for other teams. So, yeah, he could actually be eligible.
Yeah, he could.
Sharp, oh, my God. 398k, break-even of 62. I can't believe this bloke is still going. So, that's great for him. Well done, Sharpie, if you still have him. Mate, I'm going to say this right now. Sharp has been the best wingman for Supercoach this year. Every other one of them has been shithouse. Oh, not shithouse, but not as good as Jeremy Sharp.
Nearly. I'd say he'd be top 3.
For the price that he started at, to what he's
at now. For the price that he started at?
I said for Supercoach wise. So, like, him being at the 123k or whatever, and now he's up to 398. He's easily been the best winger for Supercoach this year.
Yeah.
Thanks. I thought, or you could look at Jace Burgoyne as well.
Yeah, I still think Errol Goulden's the best wingman in the comp.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that as well. But he plays
midfield. Or Darcy Wilson's been good too.
Oh, yeah, Darcy Wilson. Yeah. Okay, now I'll give it to Darcy Wilson, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I still think that Goulden plays too much midfield time as well to classify him as purely the best winger. I still always give it to Ed Langdon. I think what he does for Melbourne is unbelievable. Armoured Frog, you would say Jace Burgoyne, but you're biased, so that's like me saying to Horse how shit Nick Martin is, but he'll still counteract me on that, so that's all right. Five, see you later. Thanks for the cash. Go on, mate. Let's go to Essendon and the Suns. Horse, the second on the ladder, Essendon, but now they go up.
Can I show you something? Thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze.
Of course. Get your tips in.
Yeah, get your tips in, please. The lid is off.
Unbelievable.
Flagged ons.
No. I refuse to make this into a bloody biased bullshit Essendon podcast.
Hopefully Chubby Joe's still in the chat. Kizza, all the boys, flagged ons in the chat. Love it. But you're right. It is not an Essendon podcast, but they are playing the Sun. So let's talk about Skits
up
Fitz.
there.
I don't want any of that out of you, Skits Fitz. You're a good bloke.
I like that, Skits. You're right. It has been 25 years since I won a final. You're right.
Mate, the diddly, Sam Flanders, didn't play last week. He'll be back this week. The only bloke in Supercoach who has scored 100 every single week, Skiddy.
That he's played now. Which is annoying now that we have to say that. Matt Rao, 555k, 101 break even. He plays
Skiddy.
okay against the Bombers. Yo.
We didn't bring up the cup.
Oh, my God. I am so goddamn sorry, boys. You're right. There's actually stuff all players that have gone for both sides. It seems like when the Suns came in, everyone, like, they pulled a player from every single team that they could, and they went to Essendon and went, nah, we're right. You guys just stay there. That's fine. We don't need any of you guys. So Yes, you boys are right, Kizza. You are correct there, boys. It is the Jacob Townsend Cup. Correct. Congratulations. Well done to Corey as well. Got it on the head. Well done. It is Jacob Townsend.
Is Townsend
Bingo.
the only one that played at Gold Coast and Essendon?
Adam Sard, but he still plays for Carlton. So I could have done that on a technicality. I try to go for retired players first before I go for players that are still playing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I went through almost every player. Just
Was it like, is it Jesse Lonergan? I think might have played.
I don't know if he actually played a game though.
Okay.
I think he was just on the list, and if I had to resort to that, then I'm really pushing shit uphill. But that's all right. That's where it went. Yeah, Matt Rowell plays all right against the Bombers. Suns have not lost at home this season, so let's see how they go. Yeah, 7-seater. Yeah, he's still the other one as well that plays for the Bombers too. Took 3 tons in his last 3 against Bombers, but I just can't say the consistent. Like he gets the consistency, but not the massive scores with how Anderson and Rowell and everyone operate.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Wits 555k, 127 the last time they played. Last week. But Essendon give up the least amount of Supercoach points to Ruckman.
Yes, they do. Absolutely, Horse. Mac Andrews, he's been good.
Bloke, he is fucking awesome. Love watching this bloke play.
Horse, he is going to make some absolute ka-ching. I'll tell you what. There are going to be teams coming hard for him.
And then they're going to try and get him. This bloke is about to make some coin. He's been awesome. 86 last week. If you bought him, congratulations. You've got yourself a good one. He's up 108k. Yeah. But fuck, he's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely is. God, mate, Kerno did nothing against him last week. And then they took him off him for some reason. Like, what are you doing?
And then he kicked 4. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Closey, 338k, 71 last week. That's all right. Break even 77. I'm still going to hold for now, but just watching there, his upside is quite nice. And Alex Sexton, my God.
Sex train.
My God, Horse. 334k, 86 last week. He has a break even of -10. If you held all this time, well done. Well done. You are getting cash gen out your ass.
That's hot.
That is hot. Speaking of hot, Horse, talk to me about the Bombers.
How long do I have? Anyway, not very long. Zach Merritt, 590k, 119 last week, 111 average against the Suns. I don't think he's captain material, though, because the Suns have not lost at home this year.
Yep, I agree. And it is bloody hard to play up there.
Yep. And it is going to be 22 degrees and a chance of rain up there as well Sunday afternoon. Now, it was brought up before. Thank you for acknowledging it. But we did bring up Ridley last week as someone that you need to keep your eye out for because this bloke can play. 530k, 162 last week with McKay, however you want to say his surname, in the side. It makes Ridley even more of a proposition for us because McKay will take the best back. And then you've got someone like Laverde or Reed when he comes back in, who will take the second back. I know Laverde, he shouldn't be fucking playing ones, but still, here we are. Essendon also only give up, 71 points per game, which is almost the top defensive scheme in the competition. So it must be working okay, but it's going to allow Ridley to play more of a third tall intercepting type of player, which means
Jake Lever.
Yep. But the difference between Lever and Ridley is Ridley isn't a ridiculously good user of the football and loves to kick and does take kick-outs too. So this is one that I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to keep an eye out for this week because if he goes anything over 100 this week, Gold Coast away from home, it's going to be tough. I'm actually going to be tipping the Suns as an Essendon supporter. If he goes over 100, you're absolutely bringing him in.
Julie makes a massively good point that there has been the flu, or I believe
I do have. Yes,
I've had word that it's COVID, but no one wants to admit it and say it. But there's a fair bit going around the Essendon Footy Club at the moment, so hopefully they all get up for the game.
And one bloke that hasn't affected, and is a big chance of coming in this week.
Oh, please tell me it's Zach Reid.
It is Zach Reid.
Oh, thank God! I was going to ask you about that, so. Please, Essendon, Brad Scott, if you still love North Melbourne, just bring in Zach Reid for me. Come on, Shaker Bags. Nick
Let's
Martin,
talk about Nick Martin, 548k, break even of 122. Gold Coast give up a fair amount of points to defenders, but
this is in Gold Coast.
Yeah, this is in the Gold Coast, so it might not be as good. Yeah. Redmond, 512k is back up after dropping to low 400s. Break even of 98. Last three against the Suns, 110, 111, 152. Might be a nice pickup if you want to go pod territory. But I really like what Essendon are building in the way of Redmond, Martin, and Ridley as ball used out of the back line. That's becoming quite dangerous. Caldwell, 469k, 80 last week, still getting CBAs. I was more confident on him 2 weeks ago than what I am now.
Yep.
And Caddy, no thanks. Not yet. No. Key Ford, as a rookie, no thank you. Ahmed Frog does bring up a good point in that the whole team is buying into what Scott is trying to implement. Blokes like Durham get back and cover well. And, mate, Durham is one of my favourite players to watch in the AFL, not just because he plays for Essendon, but fuck, he has a crack, hey, Skiddy.
Look, mate, you know I'm not the biggest fan of the Bombers, but if there's one player that I love from the Bombers, it's Sammy Durham, and I love the way that he goes about it. It's unreal that, you know, the Bombers have been so so mid for so long. They've never bottomed out or anything like that. But all they had to do to be good is just take the core of North Melbourne, and look at that. Now they're actually good and winning games. It's unbelievable. You take the coach, you take the ruckman, you take the fullback. Now you're actually okay. Yeah. So good on you. Well done. You just need a bit of North.
Thank you. We need to be better. Now, there are two things that we're going to bring up before we get into our buy, hold, and sells. That's it for the games this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But here you'll see on our screen, we have the buy planner. So it will be placed firmly in our Insight Unlimited section where you can use it to strategically work out who you're going to bring in for the year, how you're going to plan around your buy rounds. And we've also color-coded it. So then you can see dark green means that it's easier to score Supercoach points against those teams, and it's harder against the teams in red. So we've given you a sneaky peek there, ladies and gentlemen. Jump in our Insight Unlimited, and you will get that for you for the remainder of the year. Skiddy, talk to me about the mid-season draft, mate. So was there 17 picks this evening?
17 or 16, something like that. There was a few passes, 23 overall, but a few passes.
Yep. Now, we're talking about a mid-season draft, so people who obviously weren't seen in the eyes of recruiters as someone to be picked up at the start of the year, but people need to remember, aside from Bryn Tickle, the son, or he's the son of Tez Tickle, these are going to be 102k rookies, and there could be some playing as soon as next week, mate.
Yep, absolutely, mate. So number one to North Melbourne, we see Geordie Payne, which I really like. Young kid, he played with Riley Sanders and Colby McKercher last year in Tassie. Yep. He actually won the BNF over McKercher and the Zinger. So yeah, I really like that North were able to pick him up. I don't think he'll come straight in. He might need a little bit here and there to keep it going, but good to see him come down. Jacob Blight for Richmond, big body defender, great intercept marker out of Peel Thunder. Really like what he can bring for the Tigers.
And
I think,
Tyler Young has just done an ACL for them, one of their big body defenders, and he's out for the year.
Damn, that
I feel like this is a
young man.
Yep, this is a pick where I think he's coming in very soon.
Yep, I agree with that, mate, as well. Miller needs some help down back there for the Tigs, so he could have a genuine crack. I can't see Jack Hutchison for West Coast getting a game. Max Hall for St Kilda. The only way I can see him is if, they do have some shitters. Collard's not there yet, so he's at a Box Hill. I can't see him, though. Scaife from West Perth for Hawthorn. I'm not sure on him either. I don't think he'll get it in there. I don't think there's any chance that Will McLaughlin for Brisbane gets a game. Adelaide's number 7. They got Toby Murray. I think that's just a homegrown boy. I don't think he'll have any chance.
Yeah.
Kelsey Ripstra for the Dogs. I don't think so.
No.
Carlton, Cooper Lord, I've seen a bit of him in the VFL. He comes out of North Melbourne. I don't think so that he'll get a game at Carlton.
Mate,
Yeah.
talk to me about this huge unit by the name of Iliro Schmidt.
Ilio Schmidt, yeah. He's picked up pick 10 for Collingwood out of the Eastern Rangers, and he is a unit and a half. Now, I can see him getting a game if Cameron goes down, or if Cox, how badly he's out. I could genuinely see this bloke getting slid in, and he could have a game at Collingwood. So he's one to keep an eye out for. Luca Kentfield.
Kentfield? Is it Kent?
Kentfield, yep. I had to double check that one.
Okay.
For the Ds, doubt it. Logan Evans, another homegrown guy for Port Adelaide at pick 12. Don't think so. Essendon gets Saad El Hawali. I would highly doubt it.
Yep.
I'll take it. Just a good guess. Sydney, Tom Hanley. Don't think so. But here's the big one. Bryn Tez Tickle.
Tez Tickle is back, ladies
North
and gentlemen.
Melbourne. I had been hearing about that he was going to be getting to North in the preseason. Didn't end up happening. And now Tez finally gets his way to North Melbourne at pick 15. Why I think he will come into the side. Tristan Xerri is doing well in the ruck, except for hitting it to his own team. But then after that, they're rucking Suv, they're rucking Toby Pink, they're rucking Charlie Comben. What I think is going to happen is I think Tez Tickle will be able to come into the side fairly soon, and he will get fair good game time as well, being the backup ruckman. That would then send Charlie Comben forward, I believe. Toby Pink will probably go back to the twos to get a bit more games under him. And then same as Will Dawson, Callan Dawson will come in, and then Logue when he's ready. I think that's where North will start to go these bigger bodies. And I reckon Tez Tickle will probably have a good crack at actually being able to play.
Awesome. That's what we love to say. The rest, Campbell Gray, VFL, Essendon, that's more of a depth pick there. I can't see him playing until the back end of the year. Luke Beacon, picked up by Brisbane, Woodville, West Torrance boy from the Sandful. I think Ahmed Frog's got a keen eye on all things and all players coming out of Adelaide, so I'll wait to hear from him. Ned Long, picked up by Collingwood. He was part of their VFL program. And Darcy Craven, I believe it is the son of Peter Craven, who played many, many years ago for Sydney. Picked up 21 for Brisbane, but I don't see much relevance there either. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it for the mid-season draft. There will be some players that will be 102K and will be on offering. This week, we are struggling for downgrade targets, but if we're patient, I think we've got some light on the horizon. Now, we're going to get into what we call our buy, hold, and sell.
Target acquired.
As stated a couple of weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, we used to have a list of 10 or 15 long. Skiddy and I have now narrowed it down to 5 or 6 for each section. So then we can get... I said 6.
No,
now,
no, you didn't. You went Kiwi.
I went real Kiwi, didn't I? Not bad for an Italian lad. So we are going to just get into the nitty-gritty and go bang. This is who we think you need to target at home if you don't have them. We're going to keep it straight, direct to the point. And we're going to start off, Skiddy, with Sweet being out, Tingles.
Tingles, yep. Why is Sweet? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep, gotcha. Yep, Tingles, 565K, break even 138, 130 last time versus Darcy Cameron. This could be the bounce back game that he's needed. So, I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of Timmy English for me. Who do you think, Horse, is your next one?
Wanganeen Malera. I absolutely do. Break even of 77, to 521K. He's been much better the last few weeks. He's got a huge run coming up at Marvel. I think St Kilda play 8 of their last 10 at Marvel, and he's scored 115, 113, 112, and 118 in his last 4. It is absolutely buy time for Isaiah Wanganeen Malera. Mate, your man, Christian Salem. He's a buy.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, 345K, break even of minus 19. As we saw, he did not get any CBAs, but he was running in as the 5th midfielder. We have seen them do this with Alex Neil-Bullen and Billings for one game, but he did nothing else. But I think he can do a little bit more defensive running. His space is very, very nice. I'll have an absolute crack. It's going to be very interesting to see how he goes against Freo, but that's how I just think it's going to go, Horse. I have other ways that I can go, but I'm going to wait and see how Team Sheets come out first.
Absolutely. I can't say this bloke's name.
Matt.
566. No, it's actually 555K this week.
There you go.
Break even of 116. Is the quiet period over? Yep. Average is 117 for the year. And for me, he's still a top 8 midfielder. So this is as cheap as you're going to get him. Against the Dons up there, the Dons have been struggling as a midfield of late. I think is an absolute buy this week.
I can say that. Horse,
mate,
it's the Bont, 100%.
Mhm.
At 632K, probably would have been the right time to buy last week, but he had 139 last week, break even at 140, 123, 125 in his last two versus the Pies, and the Pies have quite a depleted midfield. I think it's a good time to buy the Bont.
it is absolutely a massive time to buy the Bont. Now, we're going to suggest who you should sell.
Selling.
Now, if anyone's still got this Ruckman, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably not playing the game anymore because this guy's been on the sell list for a little while now.
Yeah.
But Aaron Smalls.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I see what you did there.
Well, he's not Briggs. He's not Briggs.
No, he's definitely not Biggs, that's for certain.
116 break even, mate. 452K. He's been really down this season. You gave him a chance?
I never brought him in, but I was keeping an eye on him to see if I could bring him in at the price that he was at. But no, he's pissed me off. Not a chance.
No,
I'm going with Harry Mkui as well. 428K break even to 100. He has not turned up in 5 weeks, and he has a 3-round average of 70.
What?
And even 3-round average of 70, Horse, and that's even with him playing ruck last week, which is the thing that we said was the key to his high scores.
Oh.
No thanks. Get that garbage out of here! Yeah. Elliot Horse,
has made the sell
already.
list. 569K, 61 last week, and he did not look right. Only 15 touches. Yes, the Crom midfield killed him, but groin injuries linger. It was clear that he's lost his explosiveness away from contest, which is where he was so dominating, fending people off, breaking tackles, kicking long, hitting up targets inside 50. I feel like it's not the start of the end for him, but it's the start of where he starts to really bleed cash.
Yep.
And our last one for our sell.
Second last one.
Jordan Sweet, 309K, Skiddy.
Yeah, mate. Break even of 32. Soldo is back and he's out. So, I mean, look, I'm not confident that Soldo is keeping him. He's keeping Soldo out of the team. And it seems to be Soldo is 100% and he's ready to go. So, yep, it's sweet. And that sucks. But as we said, there is a good chance that we could go sideways to Toby Conway for Geelong now, which is a little bit more promising. So don't mind that for the cash gen that we can get. And another one that I'm putting on here, Horse, Charlie Comben from North Melbourne. Okay. If you still have him, I reckon it's time to sell. Why? Because now that Bryn Testicle is now picked up, I feel like as well, it's just going the plan that North are going to go with Callan Dawson will be back in. And then when Griffin Logue's back in, that's going to be the defense down there with Aiden Core. They need another forward to go along with Nick Larkey. Pink's been doing good, but I think Charlie Comben, who has had experience in that point, will be able to do it as well. Tickle will be able to rest forward. I just don't see how Comben, as good as his intercept marking has been and how valuable that's been for North, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him down back. And if he plays forward, no chances he's Supercoach relevant.
Yeah, gotcha. Good call, mate. Being a North Melbourne supporter is paying off for us.
Always, mate. It always pays off for us. But if he stays back, which I think he should, then I think he'll be great. I just don't think they will.
For sure. Let's get into our holds.
Ahmed Frog, Charlie Comben has the bye this week. That's why you could take the gamble on it the week after against West Coast, but up to you, mate.
Dylan Moore,
Yeah. I'm holding.
So break even of 165, 531K. Last two has been pretty ordinary, but I still have faith because he's still getting the CBAs. He's just gone quiet in the second half of the last couple of weeks, which is really unlike him, but have the faith. He will turn it around.
That's it. That's another weird thing. He's been on fit like 60 at halftime. And I'm sitting there going, here we go, he's back. And then he finishes on 70. And I'm like, what's going on here? But oh well.
Yeah.
Petrarca, 552K. He's got a break even of 98. I think I reckon he's almost back, ready to go for track. He looked a lot better last week. Yeah, I think we can have a red hot crack with track.
Yep. Darcy Wilson just keeps on keeping on 416K, break even of 75. Yes, he's starting to max out, but we can wait another week here. 5 round average of 90. Been awesome.
Yep, absolutely. West Coast as well this week. We'll happily take a crack on that. And Rowan Marshall, he's going to dominate, I believe, against West Coast. I think he's just they give up the most Supercoach points to Rucks. I think that Romo could have a massive score here. And we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he got killed by Gorn last week, but that's gone. So yeah, that's all right. You got a watch list though, Horse, of people that you want to keep an eye on though.
Huge one.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Now I've got 6 players here, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the binoculars in the chat, players who I believe you need to keep an eye out for because they are going to present value, whether it be this week or in the weeks coming. And to start off with, it is our man Tommy Stewart from the Geelong Footy Club. Yep. 482K, break even of 95, 115 and 161 the last 2 against the Tigers. It could be bounce back season for Stewart as of this week, mate.
I love that, mate. Yep, absolutely. I'm big on that with you. For Tommy Stewart, Jordan Ridley is a massive watch. He's 530K, 162 last week. Mackay really does, buddy, help him there with being the big body defender. I think it was Kizza that said that he's like Sicily from a couple of years ago. And I think that's an absolute great comparison to what we can see for Ridley. It just depends if that was a flash in the pan because he was versing Richmond or if this is going to be the norm for Rids. As long as he gets over a ton, I'm pretty happy. If I was going to prick him into the side, Horse. Tim English, and I know it's a big watch for your Horse because we are watching desperately to get him back.
Sicily.
No.
500. English. Sicily. 545K break even.
No, I didn't say Sicily. Oh, you did. No, go. Sorry, I'm pissed.
Who am I talking about? Sicily or English?
Sicily.
We can talk about both of them. Sicily's 545K, 115 last week. Adelaide give up the 3rd least amount of Supercoach points to defenders. Would be a gamble this week, so it's just a watch this week. But Timmy English, 596K, I believe is less than that. He's a big watch this week because he's just got, like, against Collingwood, who are undermanned, mate.
Yeah, Darcy Cameron.
They got Darcy Cameron. Then who have they got to back him up? 130 the last time he played against Cameron. Break even of 138. He's 565K. I think it's time for Tinkles to shine.
It's got to be, mate. He's got to stop losing the goddamn ruck contest for one. I mean, goddamn, he's been getting killed by lesser ruckmen. Yeah, he needs to be way better than that. And you got the watch list here of Charlie Curnow. And
absolutely,
wet weather footy, though, in Adelaide against Alira and Asava. So that's a little bit of a dangerous one. But at that price, he's starting to kind of creep up because if we're going to go key forwards, there's probably only him and Jezza that we'd actually look at for primo forwards. So, yeah, definitely a watch there for Curnow.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about the Curnow pick this year. I think it's going to be awesome for us with their role. Yep, and I will be picking him up. Now, you've done some digging, mate.
Yes,
and you've got some stats and figures for our captains for this week.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain!
Yes, Horse, I have, mate. So captains this week, I think my first one is just going to be Romo. West Coast give up the most points to ruck. Romo can just go absolutely ham here. We know he can have the big score that we like to see from him. Gawn and Ryan, look, they're just bloody great. So I'm just going to put them on here. I didn't have much to back it up stats-wise, but they're just great. Nick Dacos, 139 last time against the Doggies, so there's one for that, especially at Marvel. That's nice under the roof for him. Marcus Bontempelli, 120 or more in his last 2 against the Pies and a depleted midfield for the Pies. So that could be a big tick there for the Bont. Jack Steele against West Coast, even though they do give up the second most amount of Supercoach points to midfielders. But then again, it's over in the West, and they could probably beat the Saints, and the Saints have been shit, so we'll have to wait and see there. Tingles, your man, 130 versus Collingwood last time, so we'll be definitely watching that. Christian Petrarca, 122, 134, his last 2 against the Dockers. So there is a watch there for track. Mate, I threw this one in here because it's just been the theme of this year. Noah Anderson, he had 55 last week, horse. 55 last week. What's he going to get this week? Probably about 150. That's just what
more.
he does.
190.
190, you reckon? All right.
No.
I like that.
He's up and down. He's a blind date.
Yeah, mate, he is an absolute blind date. You never know what you're going to get out of him. Maxi Holmes, I like that against the Tiggs down in GMHBA Stadium. So they're my ones that I will be looking at. My VC will be firmly planted on either Dacos or Bont.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some captain's choices. We've got there from the man himself, Skiddy. Now, our man Jake has also done some digging, and he's got some news in regards to Supercoach point scoring against certain teams.
It's time for some news from around the league.
Hit us with it, mate.
These are just the ones I'll put them into the Discord Unlimited chat so we can see who scores the best against what teams and who doesn't, and who scores the best against teams. Which teams give up the most amount of points and which teams give up the least amount of points to each position. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. So the number one teams that give up the most to the best teams for defenders to score against: Tigers, Saints, Pies, Freo. They're the ones that we look at there for those guys. Mids is Tigers, West Coast, D's, and Hawks. And you may ask me, Horse, what is the difference between these kind of categories, right? Defenders, there's not much. But when we talk about mids, Tigers and West Coast give up 87 and 86 points, Supercoach points against midfielders, right? D's and Hawks come in next and they're at 80. So there's 6 extra points average between midfielders that are going against Tigers and West Coast teams.
Wow.
So the ones there. Another big one that we looked at are the rucks. West Coast the most, 104 points per game. Rowan Marshall's actually giving up 102 points per game to Ruckman, so they play each other this week. Then Hawks, Geelong, Richmond, they're at 98. Forwards, so the worst offending teams, North, Richmond, West Coast, Geelong, Hawthorn. North giving up the most by a fair while there, but we don't have to worry about it because they don't play this week. The worst teams to score against. Defensive-wise, Carlton are by far the best best team to stop opposing defenders. So that's why it looks bad for Dan Houston this week. They give up only 66 Supercoach points on average to defenders. Adelaide, Port, and West Coast are actually in there as well. For midfielders, the Suns give up the least Supercoach points. So Zach Merritt, not great there, but that is a pretty tight bunch. Ruckman, the worst Ruckman to come up against. Essendon on 76. Adelaide on, Essendon 75, Essendon 76. And then the D's are the next ones on 79. And then for forwards, so the best defenders, and I don't think it comes as any surprise here that Freo only give up 58, Collingwood 58, Essendon 59, and the Dogs 60. So I'll put those up in the chat so then we can see if we want to have a little sideways, have a look at this week, especially for captains wise, but that's where that goes.
You've done God's work there, mate. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Now, we're away Sunday night because I had a little procedure and couldn't get back in time for the pod, and you had a sick lovely at home, mate, so we're unavailable. But there's been a segment of our podcast which has gone quite global where we've had people from the UK and from America comment about how funny it is and how they talk about this particular segment over there and promote our podcast, and that this is one of their favourite segments of the podcast. So as we see Skiddy taking his headphones off, he's about to ping his hat sideways and get into the mood. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the cone of the week.
Oh, it's bloody brilliant every single time I hear that jingle, Horse. God damn it, but it's fantastic. Yep, that's right. Cone of the week. I couldn't do it last week, so I'm about to explode tonight because Horse, I didn't like what I saw last week.
Really?
Not one bit, Horse. This is the greatest game in the world, is it not?
It's meant to be, yes.
Damn right it is. Are we a contact sport, Horse?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Horse, I saw one of the most disgusting pieces of flopping I've ever seen on the AFL football field. If none of you have seen it, go back, watch the Carlton versus the Gold Coast Suns game. I have never in my life seen an umpire flatten an AFL captain. The umpire put his whistle out, smacked Cripper in the face, and Cripper went down like a sack of shit. I know he probably flopped a little bit and put a little bit of mayo on him to try and get a free kick. He probably thought it was a Gold Coast Suns player. We can't be having that. If that was Six Kernahan for the Carlton Blues as a captain, he would have turned around and belted that umpire. We cannot be seeing that kind of bullshit in the AFL. That is weak as piss, Cripper. Be better. Not standing for that. Nope. If you have not watched it, go onto No Context on No Context AFL on Instagram and watch it because his legs drop out and he laid on the ground for about 5 seconds. That is a disgrace.
Is that the one where he looked up and saw it was the umpire, then just got straight back up?
Exactly right. Right. He was putting mayo on it. Come on, mate. That Cripper, you're a captain. You're one of the most respected players in the AFL, and you're pulling that shit out. Obviously, you're the cone of the week. Weak as piss. Be better. Buy my merch.
So we've had people like Cadman, who got towed by Laverde.
Yes.
We've had Nick Hind, who we wouldn't say are household names in the AFL. And we've just launched straight into Paddy Cripps.
Yep.
I absolutely love what you're doing. And
Thank you.
I feel like this bloke needs a bit of a serve, not the W train.
No, he kicked a goal. No, come on. No, the W train doesn't get. No. Cripper needs that. Did the ump get a week, mate? He should have got a week. I'll tell you what, Armand Frog, absolutely, mate. But, I can't believe Cripper didn't get a week for making contact with the umpire because apparently that's a rule. But obviously it's Cripper. Cripper just, the Carlton lawyer normally just Dutch rudders the tribunal and Cripper gets off anyway and he's allowed to still win the Brownlow. Like,
ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what a Dutch rudder is, search that, but don't search it on your work computers. And as Jake was saying, we do have gear available. So we have the link below in our description. There is plenty of Insight gear, and you can also get Skiddies, Weak as Piss, Be Better, shirts, jumpers, and the like in there as well.
I cannot wait to cone of the week someone in my Weak as Piss, Be Better shirt. Oh, my God.
Oh, and it's coming in a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. You
fantastic.
will see it here first. Let's get into some questions, mate.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
I always got to prepare my throat and do something before I do cone of the week. I swear to God, I hurt my voice box when I do that. But it needs to be done. People need to rocket up their ass.
You're right. Boys got in early for their bye. Form's definitely going to increase on the potty now. Absolutely, it is.
You know that?
We are flying.
Apparently.
Mr. Higginson, congratulations, mate. Was worried when he had the pre-game fitness test. Thanks, guys. No worries. Please email us at insidefantasysports@gmail.com or jump on Discord. Our Discord, the link is below, mate. Send us an email or a DM and we will get your prize out to you, or alternatively on Twitter, mate. You'll be able to hit us up and send us a message there.
Speaking of merch, also too, we got to give a congratulations to our main man who comes from the AFL show as well, Ian Johnson, who got the giveaway this week. So stoked for him. Well done, mate.
Yep.
Well deserved. Big win.
Yep. He's been a big driver of the pickles, hasn't he? In the Discord. Love it.
He has.
It's good to see Skits Fitz in our Discord as well, who's currently sitting top 50 overall in AFL Supercoach. So he is in there, and I'm sure he'll be happy to pass on any knowledge that he might have to you if you've got any questions.
Mm-hmm.
Matrix, who runs the NRL podcast with Braino and Whisper, they do a ripping show over there. And if you haven't watched, please get across and watch the NRL podcast at Insight Fantasy Sports. They are a ripping bunch of blokes and give out good quality content. And my NRL team's sitting 4,500th overall at the moment.
Oh, well, la-dee-da. Mine was, I think I was 2,000th in round 3 and then went to shit.
Oh, kind of like my AFL Supercoach side. But anyway, Matrix, if a podcast was a beer selfie, it would be this one. What a
I
man.
like to hope so. I think that's
Skitfits.
that's
New
cool.
Bunnings top? Nah. Weak as piss, be better tops. Even better.
But I have my Bunnings top on because I'm a tradie.
Yeah, that's right. But Almond Frog, those tops are going to sell faster than the big freeze beanies. Absolutely, they are.
You'd hope so, mate.
Jonas Goat. Salem had 14 marks for his 121. Remember when Billings had 15 for his 119? Yep, I do.
I do as well, but there is a complete difference that Billings has no defensive run in his body whatsoever. Salem's is a lot better. So that is my only one. Matrix says, reckon Sportsbet have markets how much is going to rain at each stadium. My God. I got a good story for you, Horse. I remember I was at work one day on the job site, and this was during COVID, right? And there was no footy on, no anything else on, nothing on. And we were sitting there, we're going, oh, what are we going to do? Open up Sportsbet. And it let us bet on the weather for the next day. And I can solemnly say that I won money on betting on the weather. Over-unders all over Australia. It was a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a man.
great.
It would appear that people commented while I went missing. The horse has bolted.
Yes, we'd love to say that.
What else we got?
Don't ever do it again, please.
Okay, sorry. I don't actually know what happened. It just went off and then had to put it back in. Pickles is the kind of bloke to buy his former coach an emotional support dog to help him on game day.
It hurts.
More Pickles chat. I love it. What's going on here? Skiddy get a promotion. You're on the left tonight, Skiddy.
No, let's not ever do this again. I don't like being on the left. I like seeing your beautiful face on the left, and let's keep it that way.
Chris Davis saw on another channel that Carlton were the hardest team for defenders for the first 5 rounds, then the easiest for the next 5 rounds. Last week, but went back to being the hardest, so not sure what's the go. Neither.
See, I've been closely monitoring that as well, and I don't think they were the easiest to score against, but they were elite at the start of the year, and they kind of fell off a little bit, but now they looked a bit back after last week.
Yep. NWM, is a big risk. Sinclair said this week he's going down back when Hunter and Crouch return. Crouch will definitely come back. Hunter Clark, how certain are we that he's going to get back into the side?
Well, you bloody think so. I mean, he's been so good for St Kilda for so long, and he should have come to North. Dumbass. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if that's what Sinclair said as well, then that's what I because I heard him do an interview where he said that he'll play where he needs to play, but he'd much rather play on half back. And I just thought, weak as piss, be better. Come on, mate.
Under Difflin, thanks for your Ridley info last week. Straight from the horse's mouth, 162. Yes, sir.
We love his ass. We love it.
Hey, Skiddy. Rory
Lube.
Can we use that? He is the cone, but yeah.
Cone lube, I don't mind it.
I like it.
I don't mind that from you, Jonas. That's very well done.
Tally Beaver, thanks for joining us. Boys, thoughts on Carl Amon, owned by under 1%, both 3 and 5 round averages over 100, and looks good. Looks like a good run home. No, not as a primo, mate. No. Especially when CJ starts to get a little bit more run in his legs and they start to use him a little bit more with the dash coming off half back. So there'll be a massive job share between Sicily, CJ, Impey, Amon. Like the list just keeps going.
Mate, if you think that Hawthorn are going to play as well as they've been playing over the last 4 weeks for the rest of the season, there's another thing coming, mate. He's boosting off of that. But he has been playing good footy. But, as Horse said, not as a primo. No.
Corey, Lloyd Meek could have syndesmosis. He does, apparently, from what everyone else is saying.
Apparently, he's a test. He's a fitness test, apparently, this week to get through, Horse. So he's got training tomorrow or something like that. And if he passes it, he might play. But, yeah.
Yeah. Now, before we read out this comment, this bloke has an absolute massive spreadsheet that he's got going on. That is part of our Insight Unlimited as well, ladies and gentlemen, that predicts people's scores, people's disposals, kicks, marks, you name it. It's all in there. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to have a look at this because it is phenomenal and he's doing God's work behind the scenes and we really do appreciate it, Asa. But his comment here, I reckon first game that Tickle plays, first hit out to advantage, he gets, I'm going to hear Skiddy's tears of joy from here in New South Wales. Yep, you will.
Mate, I am going to be over the goddamn moon when I see that hit out to advantage come. Oh, my God. I'm still waiting for one this year. I can't wait. Also, too, Horse, as you were saying, get into the Discord to see As's spreadsheets. You do have to give the old 25 buckaroos, which is just a zinger upsize, so no dramas about that. But, mate, I'll tell you, when Asa gets this, when he is fine-tuned this thing to perfection, we are going to be printing money. It is going to be like taking candy from a baby. He said Alex Witherden 30 disposals.
I couldn't believe that. And that is the perfect case where it said Alex Witherden 30 touches and Alex Witherden hadn't had 30 touches for 18 months. And we're like, nah, this can't be true. And sure enough, he came out and got 31 touches.
It's unreal that that's the only thing that I brought up in the chat as well that I laughed at. Like, there was heaps of other different ones as well. And I just went, Alex Witherden 30 disposals against Collingwood. You kidding? Bang, 31. I went, oh, well, shit, now I've got to eat my crap.
Mick Higginson, Hawthorn fixture on the run home looks so good. So Day is a good shout. Yeah, I like it too, mate.
I would much prefer Will Day over Carl Amon. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Is Reid getting into the Bombers team this season? Yes, he 100% will. Chris, if you're part of our Discord, mate, I shared a message that was shared to me by Supercoach by DR, who is a well-known YouTuber himself. Check out his channel. Fantastic bloke. And he put in a chat that I'm a part of that he caught up with Nick Martin, and it was said that they hold him in high regards and that he's only playing VFL at the moment to get run in his legs and that he will be back in the AFL sooner rather than later.
Good.
Will Graham, dead for now, only had 9 disposals in the first half in the VFL and the game was over. Frangarini and Rat Kings dominated and would be ahead of him.
What is a Frangarini?
No, that would be Fiorini.
Fiorini, yeah.
And Atkins.
Oh, Atkins. Yeah. Actually, no, I did say that Atkins had an absolute ripper of a game. So,
I'll
have to wait and see on that one.
Julie, thank you for joining us, Julie. She brings up a really good point here. Jack Gunston's 250th game, and he started at the Crows. So it's going to be a close game at the MCG. Really good shout there.
Yep, and I have the Crom to win.
I have the Hawks to win.
That's okay.
Julie, she loves our shout-out of Chase Jones. He's a defensive mid and good coin too. Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty sure our man with the second best mustache was praising Chase Jones last year. He had one good game and then went to absolute shit. So, I mean, look, I don't mind. Chase Jones at the moment, but let's see how this goes.
Mate, what's going on here? He's put in the chat twice tonight.
He has, but no. He kicked a goal. He definitely wasn't the worst of the week. He definitely wasn't as bad as Cripper's flopping bull crap. So, but he's on notice. He did have a shocker, and he needs to have better than that. Also, too, I know Ian had him for 6.
Yep.
So there's
Paul Vard's vote. Ian, you'll be barred with comments like that. Asa, I'm thinking of bringing in Chesser and Drury this week, Skiddy.
Oh my God. Asa, you know what you're trying to do to me, all right? I will literally rip my mustache out. Like, don't you make me that angry.
Pickles is the guy who was dumb enough to pick Chesser 2 years in a row.
If you are it's your first year of Supercoach, right? And you don't understand what we're talking about with Chesser, mate, just believe you me. Do not pick him. It has happened for 24 rounds in a row. I need to see so much more improvement from him.
You've got to sing this, though. Can you name the dud who gets dropped all the time, smells like a turd, and can't score 55? Cesanero. Well, he goes real slow with his head real low. He's a county-fried spud endorsed by his coach, Cesanero. I love
That's
that.
brave from you, Jonas. Well done, son.
Yeah. Rex Hunt's getting good chats. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Absolutely. I loved listening to him. Ass up with Geelong this week. No Clark, no Cam Guthrie, no Blissabs, Jack Bowers. Might be good for your multis, ladies and gentlemen. Do mid-season draftees become Supercoach options? Yes, they do. When do they become options? Hopefully tomorrow morning, mate, which is why in our Discord I have been promoting the fact to wait until we get some of these 102K rookies. There are going to be a few that are going to play soon, and they're the ones that we're going to trade in.
Yes.
Stuart loves playing the Tigers, I'm pretty sure, but don't bring him in this week, lads. You heard it from the Geelong man himself. Michael Higginson, our winner of the squeeze of the week this week. Congratulations, Mick.
Sir.
Is McGovern a good trade-in, even with predicted bad weather?
Not for me, mate. He's got St Kilda and then North Melbourne. Can't say it being like, the ball always going down there and him being as piggish as that he can be. So I don't think that I wouldn't be expecting tons from him in the next two.
Yep. Armoured Frog. Out, Rosie. Sweet. Graham. In. Day. Ridley, 102K. Ruck.
Ooh.
Don't mind that. You could wait another week on Ridley, given that he only played his first game last week. But Day's a good shout.
If you're going to go a 102K ruck, Tez.
I think he'll be more than 102 because he played last year.
Well, that's some bullshit if that's the case. Okay, then, mate, if you want to go with that, there's not a lot of 102K rucks. If you want to have a dead set crack, go Schmidt from Collingwood. All right,
he looks huge.
Give him a dead set crack. That bloke looks absolute AFL body ready. I know it's Collingwood. We'd have to expect Cox is out for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So there could be something here as him being the backup ruckman.
His muscles have muscles.
Mate, you know what the most stuff thing is? I've seen him before, right? But AFL put up a thing on Twitter where they showed a highlight package of him, right? And the ball bounces in front of him and he picks it up like he's a midfielder. And I just went, "You're kidding me? A bloke that size? No way!" And then no one could tackle him either.
Awesome.
Good set of hands on him too. Good set of hands on him.
Asa. Shai Bolton is officially on the HIA list and will miss this week. So let's look to him next week, as you said, when the likes of Taranto and that come back, mate.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what?
Jonas got Maximus Gorn beat Rowan Marshmallow like a dominatrix on a wimpy politician last week.
Oh, my God. They do love their domos.
Armoured Frog again. Horse has not returned well from his boy. Can't even speak properly. Weak as piss, be better, Horse. Yes, I know.
It's all right, Horse. It's all right, mate.
I have been poor tonight.
No, you haven't. I think you've been great tonight. You were poor the other week.
Thank you.
But you needed to fire up. And you've been great tonight, I think. So well done, mate.
Thank you.
I'll hand out the encouragement too. Don't you worry about that.
Thank you. I was shocked Collier Dawkins didn't get picked up from Corey Blackledge.
Yeah, I thought he was too. But also, Corey, there's tomorrow as well. So he might get picked up tomorrow, in fairness.
Is it Jez McLennan from Centrals in South Australia that's won a couple of medals since being delisted from the AFL as well? I think he was pretty stiff as well. But Julie brings up a good point as to what we were speaking about earlier. Richmond recruiting manager says Blight Tigers, who got picked up by the Tigers, may play forward or back. Awesome to hear. Let's get him in. They've got massive injury issues with Biggs. I reckon he's going to.
He's a swingman too, and the other guy that he'd be replacing would be Ben Miller, who is also a swingman. We've seen him play forward and back. So I could genuinely see Blight come in, play either forward or back until Lynch is there. Miller could go forward.
I saw a story today that Lynch may be done for the year.
Shit. Well.
Yeah.
We don't like to see that at all. But also, too, he tries to cower punches smaller blokes than him and then runs away. So he is a bit of a bitch. But we don't want to see injuries to anybody.
Jasper Steeds, Cox out for 6. Is that Nick Cox?
No. Mason. After that, geez, that was a bloody bad fall. Oh, my God. Speaking of blokes that likes to try and pick fights with blokes smaller than him, bloody hell.
Yeah, well,
And then he gets absolutely dropped on his ass. Holy, geez, mate. But that leg, like how his leg bent back after like it just like went limp when he got hit in the hip. Oh god, that looked bad.
Armored Frog, do the Dogs play a hard tag on Dacos given how depleted they are?
No,
unless Harms goes to him.
Oh yeah, I just thought that Harms. Ooh, that would really nullify McRae too. Actually, so if they go Harms, Treloar, Bont, and nullify Nick Dacos, then Quispy could get off the chain. Bit of Quispy.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting one. That's going to be a good one to watch, actually.
Tally Beaver, head-to-head only now because ranked 14K overall. McGov or Wang, D6? Wang, LDU M8 for an easy run home, or Dawson?
Oh.
Dawson.
Yeah, I have more confidence in Dawson, but LDU's been looking a lot better as of late.
Yeah, he has. Neil or Zach Merritt, better to target? Zach Merritt.
Yeah, Zach Merritt for me too.
Rankin, yes, when he returns? Yes.
Yep.
Choke.
I love all those.
Yep. Welcome, mate. Better to be late than never, brother. Jonas.
He did say then he'll watch the replay, so
good
shout
man.
out to you. When you get to hear Choke, thank you.
You've heard it, mate. Pickles is the kind of bloke to blow his load in the first 10 seconds and think he won the race. Normally I decipher through these pretty well, but I missed that one. Fuck.
Bloody hell.
And Tally Beeb, you're absolutely right. Smash that like button, everyone. Lights, lump, thumbs, bells, triple banger. We love it.
That.
The more likes, the more thumbs up that we get, the better it is for us, the more the community we reach, the better the content that we're able to get out there.
Yes, sir.
Paddy Cripps, he'll get a Brownlow for that cone of the week now.
Hey, I just need to fire him up a little bit, bring him a little more inconsistent. Just stop flopping from umpires. Like, come on, mate. Bloody hell.
You can read this one out.
Skiddy signing the weakest piss merch before sending it out. Look, mate, if you send it to me, I will sign it for you 100%. Don't you worry about that. Or I'll sign it for you. I'll sign my signature, send it to you, and then you can stick it on the shirt.
Skiddy, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Rank.
Rank who?
Ranking higher than you, mate.
Oh,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Tally Beaver, thanks, boys. First year newbie. Appreciate your content and your kindness in answering. Easy done, brother. Anytime. We've got the Discord down below, mate. Click and jump in there, mate. It's not just us. There are plenty of people that know their super coach in there that would be more than happy to answer any of your questions as well.
Horse, you missed one of the other ones. Ian Johnson said North Melbourne to get the win this week. Damn right, we're not losing. That is a massive win. Huge.
Oh, you get points for a bye, don't you?
No, you don't. That's okay.
You don't?
No, we just don't lose. So that's a win. That's a confidence builder right there. We'll come out and we will be great for the second half of the season. You know, we just need to see that. That's all right.
There's another one in there that Jonas has put in there, but I'm not going to put that up because it's probably not PG rated.
Which one?
The next knock knock joke that's there.
I don't get it. Can you read it out for me?
Knock knock.
Oh, come on, Horse. You weren't meant to do that. I did. Oh,
you said you couldn't get it. Mick.
Oh no. Obviously, like Mick who?
Mick Oxad. And it's definitely not Mick. It's my. But anyway, let's keep it going.
Not bad.
Keep Miller back. He's a backman and loves to play back more. Reckon he plays better there as well. Only lost one-on-one contest all year. Is that Ben Miller from Richmond?
From Richmond. Yeah, we were talking about how Blight's going to come in. But, mate, they got Asa, they got no one else really to play forward, and he has forward experience for him. So Blight played a lot more defense in what was it? Waffle. This season. So maybe they might just play him a little bit more where he's comfortable. So we'll just have to wait and see. Especially, I think Lafau's out as well, isn't he?
I don't know.
I thought Lafau
he might be.
As well. Yeah.
I'll get into it quickly. He's not listed on the injury list.
Okay. I don't know what I heard. I heard it from someone, and then I saw it on Supercoach as well. He's got the little injury tag, so maybe he's under maybe his fitness test or something.
Fitness test, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's all right, mate.
Cool. That's going to do us for our questions tonight, Skiddy. For those of you that are watching live or that are watching the replay or listening on any good audio platforms, join the free Discord. Or if you want a little bit extra and support the show, become an unlimited member. The description is down below. Just click on that. It'll send you in there, and then hit us up if you'd like to become an unlimited member. Or if you just want to jump in there and talk footy with other like-minded people, go nuts as well. Yep. Remember to subscribe. If you want to be a legend, go over to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review as well, which will help us get out to the community a little bit more. Skiddy, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we knock off for the evening, mate?
Oh, mate, as always, I've got to give a big shout out to our beautiful people in chat. You guys are an absolute bunch of legends. We very, very much appreciate all you guys said. You're a bunch of funny bastards as well. Loved all your comments. Thank you very much. It keeps us going. We love what we do, and you guys just make it that much better for us. So, as we said, get into the Discord as well. Our main man, Kizza, will be on the Punters Club as well, giving the great stats. We got Asa in there, giving the great spreadsheets as well. We got a great bunch of blokes, Frogs, Deadlies, and all these lads. Everyone's an absolute legend. I know I missed a couple of boys there, but we have some absolute rippers in the Discord as well. So that link is down in the description. Come join that. We talk through all the games too.
When we're talking, there's 600-700 comments that come up on every single game that people are just talking through the games, talking about their favorite teams. And it's not just their favorite teams. Like, there's threads for every game that people are just launching into. Like, it's awesome. Before we do knock off, though, something that we've brought up a couple of weeks ago and that we'll continue to do for the rest of the year, and that we're bringing awareness to mental health, and that it is okay not to be okay, and it is not weak to speak. If you are struggling, please reach out to either myself or Jake or a loved one. We would much rather spend half an hour speaking to you via text or via phone rather than speaking about you for an hour by other means necessary. So on behalf of Skiddy and I, this has been the Inside AFL podcast. We will see you live on Sunday night for our review. We'll see you then.